Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Pay It Forward stream, number 23. so, to carry the one, it's been a long time for Pay It Forward, and I'm so glad you can join me for it. Now, for those who are new and don't, that's right, sorry. Welcome to another Pay It Forward stream. My name is Dara Moose, or Dara for short, saying some people still have issues, it's okay. The Pay It Forward stream is basically where I go throughout Rumble, the live category, and Rumble Studios. No, Rumble, sorry. I'm on Rumble Studios. That's what I'm using the stream. But I go through the live category on Rumble, and I go throughout just kind of giving some engagement and some donos throughout the other people there. Sometimes there's somebody I know, sometimes they aren't. But the point of the matter is to give is to pay it forward, to give and not expect anything in return, and just enjoy the ride for it because it's an awesome thing. And I've met a lot of people, and some people have come on the show from that. So it is a great time to be had. Now, of course, you'll see what I mean once we get there. But anyway, let's get started because I gotta set up the page. I almost did, but I do it on that back end. All right, hold on. Nope, I'll do that. Don't do that. Does that? Don't do. Oh, where's the live? Oh, there it is. Whew, man. So all I do is go to the very back end. Back to the last page of live. And where are we at? Boom. All right, there we go. See? Oh, I have a presentation. Almost forgot. Okay, so I started at the very last page of the live stream category, as you can see here. And these are all people who are active right now on live streams. Of course, you'll see some people, if you go to another page, you'll see people that's probably move up or whatever, but it's just part of the whole live stream thing. So rule is we don't do 24/7 streams or restream of streams, whatever it may be, because yeah, I don't want to support that. So anyway, where are we at? Okay, we're here. I'm here. We're all here. Let's go. So let's see. So we'll pick. So I'll show you how to do is pick one. Usually it's either me or I have another person on that helps. Not helps, but is part of the ride. And so I think we'll do this. We'll see if this one's a good one or not. There we go. Okay. Ooh, right. Playing a little Fortnite. And we do. Of course, our guest isn't coming on until like 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. Eastern, I should say. Now I'll wait a few minutes or so, see if he notices.
Okay. Oh, yo. Yo, thanks for the $2 dono. Dar amount. I see your name. Appreciate it, big dog. Hello, fellow Rumble. Hope you have a great day.
Hey, what's my plan?
Have fun. I appreciate it, bro. Thanks.
Nice to see you too. I'll see you. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I hope to see you around the bend.
And Dara's fine. Okay. Dara.
Yeah.
Come to the stream, bro. Bro, Fortnite. Oh shit. Come on. It's a lot faster than that.
Sorry, clickety clacking. bad. No, not so bad. That would have been bad. That would have been very bad. Alright.
Oh shit.
I've been playing a little Fortnite too. It's just I haven't played very many games
Oh, shit. I still don't get the river.
because I don't know if we'll see it or not. We'll see if he sees it.
All right, go on. Just spread the love to others. See you around the bend. All right, bro. All right, take care. Thanks for that. Thanks for the dono.
Ah, you're welcome. You have a good one, my good
Good one,
sir.
bro.
And bam, and just like that, that's how you do it. I like Emerald. Bam. All right. Let's see. Now, of course, music ones I don't do because they're usually just 24/7 ones, and then you'll see stuff like this one. It'll say 24/7. Now, not all of them say 24/7. Not all of them, but that's where we kind of have to test the waters first. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, and like I said, what did I already say it? I think I already said it, but my guest comes in at 9 p.m. Eastern, so we're gonna be here having fun. Who shall we go to? 24/7. 24/7. Oh man, there's a lot of 24/7s, to be honest. Let's try this one. Lock picking was nerfed. No, not the lock picking. Sorry, I had that.
Poseidon. You know my years of living.
Forest
It
was
isn't very often that I get
to
this
tear
dark.
the
I tried to
darkness
chill
from
through
his
it,
roots.
but damn you
Beasts chase
The darkness comes. Oh,
the beasts along his walls.
I've been so gracious, and yet you heard the sound of mine. That's right, the Cyclops you
RPG
made
cryptid.
blind.
If you see that, that's required. If they don't see, that's fine.
I'm living without a choice, and without a
You move on
doubt.
and pay it forward elsewhere.
Daramus, thank you for the rant.
I gotta make you bleed. I need to see you drown. But before you go, I need to make you learn how ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. You are the worst kind of good, 'cause you're not even great.
Don't know. If
Day wasn't too bad. Weekend is just beginning.
Who reeks the false righteousness, that's what I hate.
I hope you're having a good day.
'Cause you fight to save lives, but won't kill and don't get the job done. I mean, you totally could have avoided all this had you just killed my son. But no.
Stream is going very well.
Mercy has a price. It's the final crack, we're about to break the ice now. You reveal your name, then you let him live.
Alright, last one.
You have got no mercy left to give. 'Cause ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
And then we'll end it. We'll end it and go.
Glad to hear that.
It's just a little. It's a little delayed a bit. Two hours.
Good to hear.
2 hours and 12 minutes. Looks like you're trying to do something.
Do I like playing Baldur's Gate? Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite games.
It was the child's sake.
Nice.
These youth, they've not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions.
Oh, we'll slow. We'll follow. I don't try to follow too many, but
Naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible, so close your heart. The world is dark and ruthlessness is die.
there we go. This is it.
Couldn't agree more. The girl wasn't
What about
innocent.
you?
but that doesn't mean she was guilty.
You like playing Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, she found it.
Yeah, spread love to others. See you around, Ben.
43 left under your command.
It was good seeing you.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oaks grow to wildlings swarm. The mural shows druids claiming the grove in the name of the old oak, Sylvanas,
Always
nature.
draws near.
All right. Now that we've got that settled, on to other places. Okay. I've got to do my thing. Da 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 da. Team Epic. 24. It's a lot of 24 stuff. And like you said, sometimes people move up because of just people watching. Ghost of Tsushima. I've got. I know how to speak a little Japanese. Let us. Let's do a little Fallout. Well, it's been 36 minutes, so I think we'll. There we go. Don't know if we'll see anything. We'll give it a few minutes. If nothing's said, we'll head out.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
All
All
across.
quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
What happened here?
What? Huh? Ah, I thought he said something.
Ah, I think I know what happened.
What? Well, they're not checking it out. Nope. All right. Done all my good stuff. And we are out. I don't want to stay too long. Sometimes I do. Usually I try to do that more towards the end of this stream, but that's not going to be till later. All right, page 11. Where we at? Where we at? Woo! Jeez. Oh, that was painful. That was not really. My garage, as the French would say, ma garage. Night Wolf. All right, let's see this one. Let's see if it's an actual 4 minutes. Patching through the PS5's 3D audio. Or like Forest Unicorn? Is that a unicorn? I don't know. sounds very Japanese. Let's see if they'll respond. Sometimes, if they aren't on camera, who knows? We will see. And 6, we'll give it till 7-minute mark, maybe. I'm just trying to see if they're on the PS5. So we'll see if they'll respond or not. And it's fine. Is that 14? I'm not sure. It looks like 14. Sees X is a 10, then a 1. I think it's 14. Because if it was a 15, it'd be the if it was 16, it'd be the V before the 1, not the V after the 1. So this is 14, yes. It's been a while since I've had to deal with Roman numerals, so forgive me if I don't get it right away. Alright, well. Alright, I think that should be a good short one. I don't know if I'll be able to respond back to it, but it's okay. Alright. And on to the next. Page 10. Let's see. So yeah, it moved over, but it happens. So much promise. See, yeah, that moved over too. Achievement chasers. Just up right here. Oh, no stream. Oop. Well, if they don't have their stream up by now, then they're not getting anything. Have to come by later or something. Scarface. Los Scarface. It's been 2 hours, 3 minutes, so they're within a reasonable time. Usually if they say like 24 hours or more, that's when I'm a little hesitant. All right. God, it doesn't automatically go back over there.
Bro, I'm telling you, this game, it keeps crashing.
Uh-oh.
What the? Hey, Karen Mouse, thank you so much for the rant.
Looks even sillier with that.
I didn't know that was gonna happen.
No.
Thank you very much for the rant, bud. Appreciate that.
Oh, I gotta
And my game's still froze. I was about to call it night anyway. 2 hours. This is the second time this game's crashed on me. It's crazy.
Sucks.
I don't remember ever like PS2 games crashing on me. Oh, Daramuth. Oh, Daramouth. Daramuth. Thank you, Daramuth.
Oh, he has I guess he has Rumbot or something.
Second time, yeah. But I was saying, PS2 games, I played them all the time. I don't think I've ever had one crash on me ever. But Scarface? No, I'll take that back. San Andreas crashed on me. That's the only one I remember. Anyway, thanks, Daramuth. Have a good night. And NC, thanks for stopping in. FP, the GOAT. I'll see you guys later. I'll be lurking in some other streams. Yeah, I just feel like lurking a bit tonight.
Oh, did he stop? All right. Well, at least we got him before he stopped. But Scott is able to stop by. All right. Of course, I gotta stop by and say hello to Pudge TV. He's not even on! What the? I stopped by and stream. No, I'll. Nice. All right. Let's get out of that mess. All right. Page 8. Now, once we get to the whole pages, right? Once we get to now, I'm not going to leave this page yet. I just because I stopped the stream doesn't mean I got this anything. But I'm gonna go through these up to 1, and then I just go over what after that because it's you know, it's a free for all at that point. It's my free for all. I just have fun with it. A squirrel. Let's go for a squirrel.
You should be following your horse around for some fertilizer.
I know, right?
Lock it in.
Go. At least the crops are looking good.
Damn crops.
Growing in nicely.
Following your horse around.
Hi, Ben. Thank you for gotta give it to the person you like. And I don't even know any of the characters like yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a poll up and just. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what? New so hopping on by. Thanks for the rant there, man. I did have a great day.
Hail at Cats Gaming.
We had a great day at work today. I'm looking forward to a great weekend. Hoping to take a motorcycle out this weekend. Hoping. Fingers crossed.
Nice.
How is EV1?
EV1.
Who we got here? Oh, that's Gray. Ah, nice.
I know, like.
Oh, he does. That's right. He doesn't have the bag. I think the general store has the bag.
All right, so it didn't get annoying.
Hey, buddy.
I don't love this game that much, but did not play it long either.
Ether.
Oh, here we go.
Bag.
Yep, no, we got it right here. All right. 16
It's
item
the squirrel
slots,
image.
8 tool slots. So it actually is a
Going off to spread to others. See you around the bend.
Not a problem, man. Thank you for coming by. You go around, spread that rumble love, good sir.
Yeah. Bam. All right. Now on to page 8. 20%. Yeah. Gotta be careful of that. So yeah, you see it moved up. I already stopped there. I'll be back another time because I don't want to. Let's see. Let's try this one.
The Ninja Brother.
The Ninja Brother.
The fight.
Enemies incoming.
Is he done for?
He's done.
So hungry.
Oh.
I cannot go any further. Well, shucks. He's just worked himself up an appetite.
Defeat all nearby enemies and save Ninja Brother.
Save Ninja Brother.
Well, now, what was all that? Ain't no more ninjas talk.
My turn? I do not recall making such a statement.
Well, let's see. We'll give
At
it
least
till
admit to it, boss.
39.
Whoa! I'm
What is
actually
this?
afraid of more,
Delta
please.
4 Pirate Subs. Oh, World Brothers. EDF World Brothers. Pretty blackish.
Good work. Owie! What's this?
I know, Hans. I've had it before.
I'll take this.
Little.
Go! Step back. I got this.
Damage to PA gear detected. Stop!
Here.
Damage level.
I'll take this. Too easy.
Nice.
Guess there's no other way. An avalanche of bullets. Request received.
Sylvia! I'm going to take you out now. Here you know, so give me a minute to get to that.
I'm actually afraid of heights.
Take this.
Oh. Whoa. I got a $2 Rumble in. Hello, fellow Rumbler. Hope you are having a great day and an even better weekend. Have fun. Thank you. Hans Diamondball says stream is looking good and the audio is good too, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, Hans. Hans Daramouth. Did I get that right, Daramouth?
I got it. Hold on, guys.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, thanks. I am very new to this whole thing and trying to read the Rumble rants. I'm sorry, I get so caught up in the game that the Rumble rants just all of a sudden just go right by. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. It's just not normally used to talking my butt off here. Darumuth. Darumuth. Okay. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the $2 Rumble rant. I don't expect to make a lot of money on this, but thank you. Every cent is worth it. Let's see, so we'll get back in the game. Because bugs have to
Keep
die.
making new enemies. Destroy them as quickly as possible.
Straight. Straight. Straight.
Ouch! Critical damage detected. Be careful.
Damn straight.
There we go. That should help cut down on the shit.
Damage to PA gear detected. Me? Well, but I was just following you. Yeah. Watch this.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, Dare is fine too. Oh my god. Thanks again. Thank you, Dare. I greatly appreciate that.
More, please.
But if you could do me a favor too, hit that thumbs up and smash the follow button. There's more where this came from, guaranteed.
Alright. We've saved. On to someone else. Page number 7. Has Innuendo chat started yet? No, but you're one here, so I ain't gonna stop you. I'm not gonna show it. If it's too vulgar, I'm not gonna show it though. That's the promise right there. All right. Well, that's a 24/7 stream. Yeah, 24 draw. Endo. Looks like you'll get your wish, Distracted Life. Looks like you'll get your wish. If he's okay, it's been 15 minutes. All right.
Gotta heal up.
Looks like you'll get your wish. Boom! Shakalaka, shakalaka, shaka. Cheeky bunch, yes. Very cheeky bunch. Distracted. We are cheeky over here.
You have an extra med kit at all or no?
No.
And do
Hey,
I?
look, it's Peter Griffin.
All right, it's Peter Griffin. No, that's Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog. I'm here playing Fortnite. It's not great. I'm dying all the time. No. He's not paying attention. we'll give him till 52 minutes and go from there. We're all cheeky over here, distracted. We're all cheeky. No, but I've been playing Fortnite for a bit, and I wasn't doing very well on ranked, so I went back to Battle Royale. I'm doing a lot better on Battle Royale for some weird reason. But then again, I played stealthy. I don't play like up front in your face. I'm a stealth person, sort of. He's not gonna. He's busy.
I'm being shot at.
Oop. Actually,
Yeah, find a med kit.
I'm just
Peter Griffins are down here.
Peter Griffins, an army of Peter Griffins. That's not good. Whoa. Oof, man, gosh. All right. All right. We are going to go on to the next page. I'm not much gamer like I used to be. I hear ya. I'm not much of a gamer just because of doing all this. Like this takes up not doing the pay it forward it's Friday only, but I just don't have much time to game because I'm usually trying to do my shorts or trying to make a stream for tomorrow, which luckily I don't have a stream for tomorrow, so that's great. I usually try to keep the weekends open for if a guest can't come on or just because I need a break. So yeah, I'm not much of a gamer either, and yet I have over 200 games in Steam. So there you go. But if you want Distracted, I will put the link in the chat, and you can join with me or not. It's up to you. But because usually no one else is here but me. So since you're here, you can join me if you want. Meisters of Madness. Beast. Let's. No, it does not. I know about the movies Haley draws, but it's not anything to do with the movie itself. So no worries there. I just took it because I was trying to do sort of what Rumble Raid, do my own thing, Rumble Raid, but I didn't have enough people to raid, so to speak, and so I just I was doing that, and then I decided to change it because I wasn't really raiding people. I was kind of paying it forward, and that's where that came from. It's just I'm paying it forward without expecting anything in return. So, but no, it has nothing to do with the movie. It's just paying it forward to other content creators. But I think I'll stop at Mr. Sunshine over here because he was on stream. If he's not on stream, you dirties. It's not even on stream. Forget this. I try to. Plus, Brent and he's not going to be so distracted. He's not going to be here till 9 p.m. He was originally going to be here at 8 p.m., but he's on a flight home. So, I better check too. Hold on. I better check to make sure nothing's on wrong in this. But no, Brent will be here at 9 p.m. Eastern, not 8 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be a while. But yes, he will not be here. He's not here yet. So 9 p.m. Eastern, Brent will be here. So I'm not going back to that, obviously. But I am going to stop by to I'm not sure. Is this I don't know if this is a 24-hour thing. If it's 24 hours. he is using Rumble Studio. I'm not too sure about that one. What's Halo? Halo's a game. Hey, you should know what Halo is, Blip Blop. It's a game. Come on. And it's a song by... That's true. That is true, Distracted. All right. Well, we'll stop by here. Because I know her. Wick is a pretty nice lady. Yeah. Just waiting.
Daramus says, hello, pretty lady. Thank you for the rumble rant. How come my thingy didn't go off?
Because my leg was there.
Oh, there it is. Yes, please. Thank you, Daramus. You mom.
It's okay, Distracted.
Hey, Daramus, my twin sister is here this evening visiting. Hello. Nice pic, LOL. Did you see that? Which one was it? Oh, yeah, that's my son when his baby was born. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, she's a southern lady.
I came up the stairs. Oh, nice.
What's this about?
What's this about? How's it going, my friend? What you up to tonight?
Ah, darn it.
Investigate.
It's playing Evil Within 2. Oh, okay.
We're drinking and gaming. Probably more drinking than gaming.
Uh-oh.
Definitely. Thank you, babe. Going well, doing my PIF stream. Nice. Pay it forward.
That's right.
Is it on now? Or you haven't turned it on yet? I didn't see an alert come up. Or maybe I missed it.
Yes, it's on now.
Oh, drinking, LOL. Oh, it did come up. Oh, no, you made a comment on my video.
Just a few seconds.
Yes!
Maybe.
Dude, if you think I'm crazy, hang around a
She
while.
learned everything from me.
Roses, though these flowers are beautiful, something seems off about them. You have a feeling you should be extra careful with the thorns. Okie dokie.
Since
Sure, that nails it down. It doesn't go anywhere.
yeah, I didn't know
Let's
I
see.
forgot she had a twin
What does
sister.
this do?
I know, right? I should remember that. Too many people. All right, I get many other
Rotate.
people. Probably a White Claw.
I way too many pictures on the camera.
Just waiting for her to say something.
Not sure what I'm trying to.
There we go.
Since there's two of you, here you go, LOL. Thank you. You're so awesome.
Oh, shit. It's true. It's true.
That's what
Blip
plays when I get a rumble rant. Thank you, my friend. Let's see, I gotta figure out what this picture is supposed to represent. This expensive looking necklace features a large gemstone. Okay, so I need the necklace too. Okay. Your picture in here? Oh, there it is. Okay. So she's wearing the necklace. And she's to the left of the flowers.
Don't get into too much trouble.
I think she needs to go back this way.
Yeah, Rudolph did.
Nuh-uh.
It should be Ernie. I don't know why.
You have it on there wrong?
No, they.
Penis
Put it
flytrap.
on there,
Oh my
both
goodness,
of them.
distracted. That's
you
a
need to
little.
go to his
Oh,
go to
ooh.
Rudy's profile and
Wait
edit
for the
it. No,
noise.
you have to go to your family or source
There we go.
Where is Rudy right now?
and then do
I don't know if she's it or not. We'll wait.
should be you have to edit. Hit the 3 dots. Edit person.
Wake up.
And say he's leaving. All right, going to spread it around the others. Have fun, and I might stop by again later. Don't get into too much trouble. LOL. I am not making any promises there, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, no, I don't know.
All right. Now that we've gone there, page 5, up to page 5. Page 5 gets a little harder as time goes on because it's usually just 24/7 and political stuff. I'm not gonna stop in this thing again. I'm gonna game ready. Let's try this one. 1.0. Wow, 1.0. Seriously?
Top of the chest. I'll go ahead and drop that treasure map for you too.
Get that treasure.
And then I found that you'll know better what to do with it than I will.
Oh, that goes on your helmet.
Goes on your helmet.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a fucking gun thing.
Oh,
Dude. Yo!
When we can. Oh, let me try to unlock it.
Yeah, go ahead. You got to unlock it. While you're doing that, I'm going to keep looking around, see if I can't find anything else.
Daramo. Hello. Says, hello, fellow Rumbler. Hope you're having a great day and an even better weekend. Have fun. Thank you so much for the $2.
Adrian.
Oh. Okay.
We're having a blast, actually, because this is one of our favorite games to play. And it's been a couple weeks since I've been able to get on. And I did it most of it with 1 lockpick so far.
Wow.
But I don't know if I'm going to complete it.
I've got to do.
It's alright. Better to try than not.
Oh, I did it! I did it!
Yes! Fucking in that bitch.
We got Night Stalker, Big Hitters, and a Steel Baton. And some
Boing.
Steel Arrowheads.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
All would be good.
Oh, the Night Stalker one I'm definitely taking. Do you want Big Hitters, though?
What's that? Oh, the book?
Yeah. Clubs, bats, and home defense, gang wars, that kind of shit. Fuck it, I'll take it.
There.
Yeah, it just gave me wooden club quality too.
Okay, so I'm looking through. There's actually multiple segments to this album.
Oh, yeah.
Which I really like.
I'm actually going to go around and start going through the front.
Okay, I actually went up over the top.
I know.
I'm sure you do though. Probably watching me do it.
Master Geek and I. Oh, so is game ready? That's a nice, weird way to spell game.
So it's been a while since I played the game myself. Too long. Oh, yeah, it's definitely gotten far better too now. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh.
Oh, means I woke a lot of things up.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I see that.
Ooh, right in the face. Oh, nope. Oh.
I guess I should start wrapping my way back around.
Come on. Get it. There you go. Oh, he's getting back up. He's getting back up. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, there we go. Come on.
Flip and the Black. I love that name. I forgot what time yesterday was.
I
I
never
think
got
it was
this.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I could be wrong though. My time telling skills aren't the greatest.
Oh, someone's shooting.
Those analog clocks get me every time. Top. What's up, Adriano Evans?
I just fucking got scared by a zombie and shot his ass as I ran out the door in fear and realized I killed him.
Made you jump, accidentally hit the mouse, and then
And still killed him, yep. Guess that's what he gets for scaring me.
Focus on your own path.
I'm gonna have a guest swinging by here for a few minutes just to pick up the munchkin, so I may disappear for a few moments.
copy that. Just put yourself in a
The Rumble.
stay warm spot
What you're
and
seeing
stay
now.
hydrated.
What you're seeing now. Distracted. Come on.
Sounds good to me.
All right. All right. Out we go. Page of number 4. Calling it a number 4. Ooh, Phil's right. Oh, all right. Let's see. We are the show. Let's see. What theme music? Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, I gotta cover my boop. Let's stop right here.
I'm guessing that would be PPG from
Your English buddy on?
Gen X Unfiltered.
You mean
in
Yeah,
chat
never.
in the
Brent or
Rumble?
someone else?
Never. No. RPB does. He never goes anywhere.
Brent or someone else?
Stacy
distracted?
M. Chugga choo choo. Thank you. Appreciate you, Stacy. Thank you so much.
I can only. I'm gonna do that, but I can only do it here in this one. Do that. Namaste.
No, I don't know about 50-50. I think it's like
50-50 on that.
I'm going 20-80.
2080. So 20 for the namaste and 80 for fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Because I'm an asshole. Because I'm an asshole.
No, I
Like,
can-
you know
no,
what?
I can-
Some
I can
things
see
it's
it.
like it's the big shit. You gotta go namaste, relax, okay. But then everything
Yeah,
else,
sure.
you know, fuck off. Yeah, fuck. Because let's be honest though, namaste and fuck off are basically the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jack Tarled. Yeah, he's
Daramuth.
gone.
What's up, Daramuth?
What's that there with? Holy shit, man.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, it's Jack Tarled.
Appreciate you. Look
He
at
said,
Daramuth with the green
"Fine
check too.
Gentlemen.
The real Tomby. Have a drink. Oh, well, you know what? Hold on, the real Tomby. You got to give me a second because I am officially out. I need to pour something else. What should I have?
Ooh. Whatever's next to you.
I
would have a spotted cow. Spotted
Well,
cow.
I can't have a spotted cow, asshole.
You only bought
I've got-
one. Who buys
I've got-
one beer?
Here we go.
I've got Vetus. I've got Red Stripe. I've got Polaner. I've got PBR, and I've got Miller Lite.
1 and 3. I would say 1 and 3.
I know,
is my
Daramuth.
choice.
We were talking about that before, and I was being sarcastic. But the real Tomby, thank you, and Daramuth, thank you again. Yeah, I had in the beginning of the show, I did a whole thing about how I was disappointed in Rumble with the green check because now you really didn't do anything to earn it. You're just paying for it, which I think is bullshit.
I've always wanted to feel special. I think I'm going to go premium. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll never get a check mark on YouTube, so fuck it. I'll cheat over here.
Yes, Miss
That's
Peach does
kinda
have
how it
spotted
feels.
cow. So what am I having to drink? I have to cheers. I have to have a drink for the real Tomby.
All right.
All right. So what am I having? What am I
What do
having?
you have? What do you have? I'll pick.
I told you, I've got Vetus, I've got Red Stripe, I've got Polaner, I've got PBR, I've got Miller Lite. Oh, and I have a
planner.
And I have a Tucher.
Don't give a shit.
Ooh.
I don't care. Planner. Planner.
Planner?
Come on. Planner.
Okay, he wants a planner.
Here.
And
Planner.
duct tape. I just want to thank you. You know what my new bottle opener down here in the studio is?
Is it? God, I hope it's not made of rhinoceros penis. But
No,
is it?
no.
Okay,
it's
good.
probably the same type of device that you use to open your beer in that room.
He has it too. What is he complaining about?
It's an old dead
my
vape.
old vape.
It's an old dead vape. Because I came down tonight and I went to open the Tank 7 and I'm like, fuck, I didn't bring a bottle opener down. And I looked over and I went,
you're verified.
An old dead vape. Let me just use that.
It works, right?
And then boom.
This works good too.
Perfectly. Perfect.
Oh yeah, they do work also. Yeah, because that's what they're designed to do. But when you can grab any instrument in the world, a stick,
I'm pointing out the
a dry rhinoceros.
Goodness. Never.
Too early.
Never.
It's way too early for that. We gotta have a few more drinks.
I know.
before we go
I
down
know.
that
That's
road.
why I went. That's why I went. And anything that's flat, you can pop open a beer. Oh,
I
there you
like
go.
that. I like
is cool.
that.
That's cool.
I'll find you soon, Tommy.
And I
If
know
you
where that
see me,
came
I'll
from,
find you
too.
soon.
Do you?
I like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for him to answer it.
All right, hold on. I got was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
11,
8, 9, 10,
12, and
11.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I only
7,
cause
8,
trouble 'cause
9, 10,
I
11,
can't.
12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He said
Half
he's
out,
complaining about Rumble
shake
doing
twice.
it. Who's verified?
Oh, did you see that change?
Yeah, you do, right? You see the water get muddy. Let's put it that way. That's why you can't see through this beer. You can't see a goddamn thing.
Other people.
It's the flavor in the beer. But
I'm waiting to see if he'll see my thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
okay.
he'll see it. I'm just waiting for him to
You'll
see
get
it.
there.
I
Germany.
had no
So-
idea that was a thing.
Right? Nobody did.
Darmuth. Thank you again,
It's
Darmuth.
wonderful.
It
Yeah,
is,
man,
right?
I've been
Trucker?
verified. I've been premium from day one. So that's what I'm
Right,
talking about.
okay.
I don't like
I'm gonna be-
I don't like what they did. I don't like that they gave us green check marks for that now. The real Tomby. Are you still in here, the real Tomby? Because this is the drink I'm having for you, and we're gonna cheers.
Another cheers. But
No, Trucker Zeus says fuck this cheers.
Oh, hold on.
Go,
Shit,
go.
I wasn't there. I'm busy trying to go premium right now. I'm trying to go premium, and you're fucking with this.
But that snorted.
The real Tomby. Thank you.
All right. So how do I get my how do I buy my check mark
what's up,
because
Dave?
I'm too much of a loser to earn one?
Shoot, DFJ in the house.
You might need to wait a second, Tuesday.
What's
Yeah,
up, DFJ?
What is up, DFJ? It's good to see you, man. That guy has the most. He's the coldest car I've ever driven in. He likes it around.
All right,
50.
Darren Muth. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Thank you for the support.
They do
and
get
we'll see you next time.
Take care, Dartmouth.
No, I showed
Always
him.
good seeing you, man. He pops in a lot of streams too, so that's always good to see him.
Maybe somebody else see him in one of mine. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he was.
I don't think he's been on. I have not seen him in a TZ Rumble. I have not. Yep. Nope.
No.
Really? I mean, I've seen him in a lot of different chats. So I mean, I'm in like 12. So I couldn't tell.
Well, it's kind of like getting on Joey's boat. You have to have at least 500 subscribers, or you can just go fuck yourself.
Yes, this is Friday night is Darmuth's Pay It Forward stream where he goes to a bunch of different Rumble channels and pays it forward with Rumble Rant.
Yes, he does, and that is cool.
See you next Friday,
And that is
Darmuth. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely cool. I have
Oh
to
my
pay
God,
it forward to Darmuth.
These are so freaking good. Oh my God,
I'm not gonna stay for that any longer. I don't drink, so it's not my cup of tea. the higher we go, the lit just gets lower and 24/7 and all this other stuff. 180 hour 4 hours. No, thank you. No, wait, I'm already on 2. What? Oh, wait, change. Never mind. Goodness. Joe Blow, is it? Well, we'll see.
Best in horror movie content. I better get out.
Oh, he's not even streaming
Bye,
it.
everybody.
Let's get the hell out of here.
He's not even streaming right now. Well, I guess we could work. He terrorizes various. I do not either, Steve. Come on. Come terrorize you if you keep it up. Let's see if he'll be on, because this guy's almost got like 10,000. All right. So like I can wait a little bit. So let's get my message. It's at least gonna be live. It's gonna be live. No, Steve, please. No.
Hello and welcome to Friday Night Flicks. Looks
Ooh,
like
that's
we're
a little
live,
delay. Goodness.
and I'm loving that the chat is already active. So hello, everybody. Happy Friday once again. My name is Kier. I'll be your host for this week.
He's probably using
you guys, we got a lot to
StreamYards.
get into today.
And
we're talking
probably
Alien. We're
won't
not
see it,
just
'cause
talking
StreamYards
Alien. We're
doesn't show up the
talking
wrong
all
words.
things Alien
So
tonight.
we'll see.
So
We will see.
please continue your conversations in the comments. You guys know I love that.
I feel that
For
again.
those of you that are returning for another week, hello, welcome back. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, hello and welcome.
We'll see.
You guys, we got a great one.
We'll see
lined up for you
2130
today.
if
I'm
he
so
responds
excited.
or not.
As some of you know, anybody returning from last week, sometimes on these streams I like to blow off a little bit of steam, go on the occasional tangent, the occasional
Anyway,
rant,
give the link.
and we might see some of that. And also, if you're a fan of the show so far, you might notice a few comments pertaining to a chain, specifically a
Uh-oh.
gold chain. And Brad is asking about it right now. Don't worry, I wore it. Bumbraid told me that
His
the only
voice
way
may
he would
improve.
come
That's
to
true.
the stream tonight is if
That's
I
true.
wore a gold chain. So I wore it, and just in case
He's not
that wasn't
responding.
enough.
We'll bounce out. We'll bounce out on that. All right, let's see what the first page is. Oh, he's on the front page already. Yeah, there's always so more 24 political, all this stuff. We'll see what this is, just to be.
Bizarrely telling
It's been an hour or two. Okay.
actress Roseanne Barr, of all people, that he had originally thought to skin the cub before telling friends at
Hey,
dinner
Tubby.
that it would be instead funnier to
Thank you,
leave
sir.
it in
You
a
are
heavily
always-
trafficked park.
Always a joy to
Thought
have
it'd be
you around.
funny.
Oh yeah, he does.
But his
He's
first
the
thought
Joe
was to
Blow.
skin it.
It's been on for Rumble.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing. You remember when that big like 14-point buck was hit on I-95 in Stanford? It was just laying on the side of the road. This thing was, I don't know, this thing was massive, Mike. Massive buck on the side of I-95, and that it started getting around. Hey, you know, by exit 6, there's a gigantic deer.
Yeah.
Well, people just started getting on the highway just to drive by the area to see this gigantic fucking, you know, Bambi
Once
dad.
I'm done with all
and,
the pages
and
up,
by that night,
where go wild. and
somebody
just go
came by
wherever.
and sawed the head off, and it was just a headless carcass. They wanted the fucking ant. They were like, like that's not right. You're gonna go mount that?
Yeah.
You didn't hunt that. It was on the side of the I-95. So weird. Some people are weird, man.
Yeah, that's just gross.
Although this week I was watching somebody dress a deer. I wanted to see how you actually gutted a deer, and that you just hunted. I watched somebody do it first time.
When you do that, you know, you're using
see
the
what I
entire
mean.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a respectful process of you're gonna use what God gave you on the earth to. You, know,
they
you
don't-
use every piece of it too. It's not a
His
I
butt
don't
in
know,
Discord.
I'm really not a big hunting guy.
If I ever hunt a deer, what I'm going to
Oh,
do
Steve,
is
what- I
I'm
have
going to
no
wait
idea.
behind a
But we
tree.
aren't going to stay here very long anyway, because
When it
they're
walks
already an
by
hour
me,
and something into whatever they're doing.
I'll come up from behind it and I'll slice its throat gently and whisper a prayer in its ear as it's going down. And that's how I think that it'll be the cleanest kill ever.
Just squatting in the woods.
That's it. Just wait.
If I were to do it, I would probably do it like William Wallace, just with an old school bow and arrow. You know, but as soon as you're done, you put it out of its misery.
Right. Like in Avatar.
Yeah, exactly.
Where like, you know, they shoot their kill and they're like, "Thank you, brother, for giving me your meat." Blah, 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 blah.
Going back to the earth. Exactly.
Yeah, just thank you.
You use the skin, you eat the meat.
Let me see here. Here's a quote. I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of, and I said, "Let's go put the bear in Central Park, and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike." Kennedy said in the video. Everybody thought that's a great idea, so we did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something.
All right, that is it for going through the first course. Now I can go buck wild. Technically, it's just wherever I want to go, to be honest, because there's a lot of people, and plus my guest is going to be here for another 55 minutes, so we can have fun doing this. Yay! I'll probably stop in a little bit, and we'll just chat with each other. If people want to chat, that's up to them. I do want to find at least somebody. I think there's been at least one person I've stopped by that's interesting. So we've been on theirs. No going on their stream. So if it's somebody's stream we've already been on, we don't go back. I mean, I don't go back to it on stream. Some of them I do go back to, but yeah, I try to. So anyway, let's see what's Patreon. I was hoping I could see D-Pad Chad and the rest, but they're not on here. It's a lot of 24/7 and music ones and all this stuff. And it's just like, oh, that's what a horror story. I bet someone's gonna pick up the story and be like, okay, cool. I went shopping at the weekend. Yeah, yes. Oh man. Well, I don't see anyone I know, but we'll stop at least one person. Oh look, Friday Fortnite. We'll see how. Okay, so it is. So it's current.
Maybe the game's upset with you because you haven't played in a week.
The game is upset with you.
That's how it's gonna be for a while. So.
All right. I distracted. I only have iOS, so I don't know how the Android app is, but there's still some stuff they're missing for the app.
Good.
We'll see how long it takes for it to get there.
All the game's attention.
All right. I've given you the link. Be reasonable, chat. Be reasonable. Now, I don't know if it's seen or not, but we'll give them time. We'll see it. Will you see it? You see it? What? See it? Ooh, that's a nice card, though. Holy crap! Wish I had enough money to do V-Bucks, but I'll give them all. At least they'll take.
I've got one.
I don't think they'll see. They're hitting each other. What? Will you stop? Oh, they're trying to take down each other's cars.
Real people running up behind you.
Serious? All right. Well, they're not
We do
responding.
that to ourselves, so we're doing damage to each other.
I don't have a Rumble TV app. I don't have a TV app to have the Rumble app on. So
I was gonna take it all the way until.
Yeah, I was going for it.
He's not thinking. So we're
I
gonna
could tell.
have
That's why I wasn't quitting it. I was like, I'm gonna take his gun till it's done shooting, buddy.
only one.
And I'm out. I'm not waiting. That gave him some time, but it wasn't working out. There we go. Well, yeah, I'm not going to wait around forever for someone to respond. I mean, there's some people I do stop by. What shop? I suppose. That's true. If it's at a dollar store, then it's already too late. It's at a dollar store. It's already too late. Already been hers, so we're not going to go back to that. Princess Drums. I'm not fine. Yeah, there we go.
Even if they decided
okay, chat.
to gatekeep half of the article or something like that, like New York Times or something, which is super
wreak havoc.
But
sorry.
quietly. You can say it loud and proud.
Fine, it was lame and gay.
It was very, but but if they did that though, I mean, then people would still be able to find their stuff. But I have looked for a lot of things, and I have not once that I recall ever encountered Game Informer. Did they just fail to evolve with the times and just say, no, this is just for people who just feel like opening it and listening to whatever I feel like ranting about on Tuesday?
No, what it was is GameStop is a brick and mortar store. We all know what a GameStop is, right?
Yeah.
Go in, you buy games, used, new, or they call it new, but they open them up and they take them out. So they're technically still used. I hate GameStop. Anyway, unless I absolutely got to use them. What they do is they sell a Power Plus or a Pro something. I forgot what it is, but essentially, like the club. For GameStop. And if you buy used copies, you get like X% off. And,
that's right.
And stuff like that.
I'll give the link to you guys.
And trying to think. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of like one of those club cards, but you have to pay for it. It's like $29.99 for the club card type thing. You get a percentage off, you get points back, and then you can get extra money back when you
never sent me any amazing
trade in stuff.
You had to be part of their deal,
and that was their whole thing. And Game Informer was included with it, and that's why it has lasted as long as it has. Just because it was included in that.
So it was kind of like the free gift that comes along when you buy something off of eBay that you know is coming from China.
Here.
Oh, there's a free gift, and it's like a sticker.
Yeah, which the only reason I even had it for the most part at one point was to get Game Informer, just because I liked to look through the magazine, even though the internet was a thing and we could see it on the internet at that point, and it wasn't necessary. But when they stopped sending out mags. So I was like, well, there's no reason for me to have this because I step in a GameStop maybe once or twice a year. And even then, I don't really buy anything. It's just to look at it for a second. And Chad.
We got 2 comments. 3 comments.
Sorry, I was working on something else.
Yeah.
Hey, Dora.
That's it.
The chat's all yours, Chad. Read it out.
All right. Hey, baby cakes, calm down. I will pretend I care about you. Well, look who it is. A trio of... Oh, perfect. A trio of... Now you know why I was distracted.
That's what you were getting.
Hey, over there, what kind of show is this? Hello?
It's the one where we ignore Dara for as long as we can without him leaving.
Hey guys, it's nice to have you here.
Nope. Commander Rico. Yo, I put Chad in charge of stuff occasionally.
And he's always on some side project. He's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
Dude's too
great,
ADD for this.
It's like, Chad, do your job.
Yeah, Chad, do your job.
I'm working on something. You should be doing your job.
Blue meanies? What's a blue meanie?
Oh,
Does this make us just mean Smurfs?
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Hey, Dara, you know what would cheer you up? Do you know what would cheer you up?
No.
A wiener.
The dog.
A wiener. You can get a lot of stuff with a cute
My
dog.
name's Doug Dimmy Dog.
I got a lap dog now.
Wrestler in ECW.
How does this keep up?
But anyway, IGN. Wow. IGN
Downgrade.
posted that Game Informer is gone. Hang
on, Zio.
Yeah.
I got apparently you've been downgraded to $1 donation because you downgraded to me.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take it back. Darmuth for the $1 dono. Yeah, Chad, do your job, Chad. Downgrade. No, we gotta pick that back up. I'm gonna take it from him. My life. Blue Meanie was a good wrestler in the ECW. Yeah, the one thing I never got into was wrestling. But
ECW,
anyway,
wow, I haven't heard that in years.
The ECW sounds really old.
That's it. That's all I'm giving him.
Anyway.
Oh, really?
You
ECW,
guys
my
could at
gosh.
least have ways
That's
that
like
might,
7 years old.
take you more seriously. Yeah, well.
Well then.
Better. See, $3 dono from Dara. Right there.
Wow.
Better.
Dang, in a second you'll be able to afford an entire gallon of gas. That'd be
So,
fantastic.
Chad.
Yeah.
New topic. How do you feel like being an economic terrorist?
An opening for Chad's job, baby.
We are now economic terrorists. We have wiped out $5 trillion in stock value. The mere thought of being anti-woke.
We don't stay for too long. I just like messing
Big
with
Black Plymouth says, I heard there may be an opening for Chad's job. Maybe interested.
Yeah, I mean, we could always put another person in there.
Yes, all of my ass. That's an all-day job, by the way.
I'm old too, so I can say it.
But anyway,
Blue Meanie is-
apparently, anti-ESG hysterias driven by the online hate
You gotta call him out for
platforms
it.
have disproportionately eroded the portfolios of color and sabotaged our planet's future.
Read it.
Call it what it is.
Read it.
Terrorism.
All right, then here's my response to that.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
That's what I think of that.
But
I'm not a
apparently
Beatles
the
fan
anti-woke
either.
are celebrating yet another dubious victory as new data shows that the global investment in ethnic companies have nosedived by nearly $5 trillion over the past 2 years. Yeah.
No.
So apparently
Throw 'em into the
this
streets,
article is pretty
boo.
much calling us like terrorists.
Allah Akbar,
Economic
bitch.
terrorists. Oh, and it's lovely. I
What does G stand for again? Oh, governance. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm totally against that. Yeah.
yes.
I'm from the office of Leave Me Alone, so yeah.
Yep.
Hair metal
Oh,
theme.
I know
let's
it's
see. Well, anti-ESG sentiments erode financial portfolios. Yeah, it's only a problem because they
Portfolios of color. What the
of color. I assume that means anyone who isn't white. I'm
well,
not
it
sure
depends,
what.
though. I mean, they're what is it?
Or
Luke Wachowski is
portfolio
considered to be
color?
to be a person of color because he's.
All right, Dara, have a fun one.
See you, Dara.
Hi, Dara. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks for the money.
Yeah, the money that I will not be giving to Chad.
Oh, wait, that's preacher. You mother.
Listen, if you
You
want to come
did-
out
you
of the
did-
basement tonight and graze in the yard, calm yourself.
You did lose him $1. You got us downgraded.
Yeah, Chad did it. Chad did this himself.
The money chat sounds to Chad sounds better. Lol.
So, listen, I have to let him graze out the back there. That's where the deer are. He gets to chase them. He wants dinner, he can catch one.
Actually, I almost smacked Bambi.
Oh,
not even joking. A deer years ago came this close to my car, dead stop at the side of my car. I could have reached out and slapped.
I can only stay for so long. I go somewhere else. Okay, we'll do 2 more people. I like messing around with them. Just because I can do that and get away with it. I just like be able to do that. Like, yeah, so what? Oh my goodness. Now I'm gonna try. I did say I would stop by Pudge's stream again if he's on. Jeez. No, Pudge. What a character. Take me to 8. Where is he at? Oh, they go up to 7 now. Oh, look at him. Whoop-de-doo. They're all right. There he is. Gosh dang it. We'll do this as one.
Character in Discord. Lilo. And Stitch. You can say whatever the F you want. You can sound retarded for the rest of time, too.
At Pudge TV.
Yeah. Just saying. That Lilo's not even on the top 10.
There we go.
Like, it would be, if anything modern, it'd be between Little Mermaid and Toy Story.
I'm getting the link.
As number 3.
Hey, Big. I think I got a new job. That's nice. Here you go, YouTube.
It's just cumulatively. First of all, it's not Disney, it's Pixar.
Well, about dang time at Pudget.
Yo, what up, Daramuth? Good to see you. Thanks for the $2. Appreciate you. That's the first rant I've gotten in a while. Appreciate you, Daramuth. Thank you. Cheers to you, sir.
I hope you get the job, Big Black.
Oh, we got it.
I hope you get the job.
What is?
Squishy, 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 squishy.
FP, hello.
This is all he's getting from me. Hey, here's your second. Oh, this is too much fun. There we go. Finally, guys.
Here's your second.
Yo, Daramuth, calm down, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for another $2. I wish I had something to do today for rants. Blip and
I would have
blap.
made a donation, but my child support is wild.
Guys, this man said I would have made
Blip.
a donation, but my child
turn
support
them
is
down
wild.
again?
I do have them. I do have some of them pretty low, and they're lower than the game because it's coming up.
I'm trying to. I don't know why.
I'm adjusting the volumes on everybody's Discord chat.
LMAO at Blip Panda Black.
Yeah, by everybody means me.
There we go.
I muted
One more
Steven,
person,
so I
that'll
just
be
don't
that.
want to hear
It'll
him.
be just us. Chat.
And everybody else
No, your connection to the game
is at about 75, 50%.
What's up, Pudge? Been a while.
It has been a while, Dare. Good to see you, my man. I see you out there grounded.
See Iraconda on.
Yeah, something with your Steam, man.
I'm gonna log out of Steam and log. I'm logging out of Steam and I'll log back in.
Well, I'll wait to see what he says and then I'll move off.
That's because Fat Steven isn't friends with anybody. Because Fat Steven doesn't have any friends.
Boo.
And I got charged with homicide, and I didn't kill anybody.
How's your move going?
We're pretty much done with it now. We're here. We're here and we're hanging out. Well, you know, I've got the studio, as you guys can see, still about 47% finished. So we're in here trying to get all of it just unpacked and in its proper place, guys. You know, this is just such a big year. You're there somewhere. Yep, he's in there somewhere. He's in the mix. Sorry, got an itchy nose today, guys. So yeah, we're doing good on the move. We're about 93% the way completely here. There's a couple of things, my pressure washer and my lawnmower, things like that. Still need to come somewhere. Over here to Georgia, but we're about there.
Reattempting to join through Mark. Well, don't do it through Mark. No, do the invite.
Something is wrong with Marks. We need people to
wait
join
till
it
it.
through Fused.
Me or
Good. Knowing it'll be sometime before I can have you on again, but I will ask you on again when you're free.
Definitely.
Off to spread the love to others.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you
fun.
coming in. Thanks, Daramuth. Appreciate you coming in.
Hey,
Appreciate the $4. Get out of there.
And bounce. All right. Oh, hey. Yes. Usually, if they don't show their face, they're usually either too busy with the game or to that effect. Right in the eye. A minute. Well, I'm not hearing anything. So, okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Pay It Forward. And of course, I enjoy being able to stop by and seeing all of the wonderful different people that help make up the Rumble community in their own different way. So that's done. My throat was a little dry. But yes, that's the Pay It Forward stream. And I'm glad you're able to come by to the majority of you. Big Block and the rest. You guys are all awesome. I know it's not always fun. I do try to give the links. If there are people here, I do try to give the links to people who want to come on and just have fun with it. But at the end of it, it's all about giving back without criminy. Oh, there we go. It's all about giving back without expecting anything in return. And I've invited on Chad. Pudge was on one time. Chad was on one time. And so many other people were on. Just taking care of something for a second. For whatever. Boo. And then. Okay. And oh, all right. But yes, I've had Chad Z on once, and of course Meg was on as well. I had on the Toothman once. I had on Pudge TV once. So there's a certain amount of people I've had. I'd like to have other people on, but it's a very sometimes people answer, sometimes people don't. So there you go. But yes, I can only do so much, to be honest. But yeah, I go around doing that. I just have fun with it because I mean the other people do it in a way like Tomby does, and thank you again, Tomby, for earlier. Pretty awesome. Don't know if he's still in chat, but I thank you, sir. Dude is doing his own version of Paying It Forward on his channels. And I know other people do their own thing. It's just I do it this way because I can't follow everyone. One or two maybe, but at the end of it, it just clogs up my feed thing on Rumble, and it's just like it's not well organized. So there's that. But yes, I enjoyed doing it, and that was number 23. And I hope to be able to one day. I hope to be able to do more, to give more, but I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. Oh man. Oh goodness. Why is everyone talking about this? I don't know. Abe. I just don't know. I don't know why. I'm surprised you knows that though. But before, so our dude, hey, Deb Killer, nice, rocketing off into space. Yes, and then of course, as I said earlier, Brett is coming on at 9 o'clock. Hold on, I better check to make sure that there's no foul play or anything, because he was going to be on a plane. Link, I think, had it, so I couldn't post or comment on. And sorry, I'm responding. It's not to him though. I'm responding to someone else. I'm making sure that he's not like any emergency, because he is coming on at 9. He was on a plane. He's on a plane traveling home, and so there is that. But yeah, so it doesn't look like there's any issue. So he will be on 9 p.m. Until then, you get a bit of me. All right, not that you haven't been here for the other Dare Chat ones, but it's just Dare Chat solos. I'm sorry, the Dare Chat. Sometimes it's other people, but yeah, it's a fun time, and I'm glad I get to do it. And I'm glad I at least make enough that I can at least do enough. Oh, criminy. But no, but how are all of you today? I know a bunch of you are just joining in, or some of you just stop by to say hello, and I appreciate all who come by or stay or whatever. You know, it's all good in the hood. It's for shizzle, my Rizzo. Gotta have fun with it. Gotta have fun with it. Because if you don't have fun with it, then it's not very fun. Not very fun at all. Cool to see you back in our chinwag. No, it's not anything all that much, but I want to see how small you become on stream. Are you saying like when I'm black, like all the? No, it's not. I'd like to come back on. I know Tomby is right about it, and I always come back on if Tomby has the invitation open. It's not that it's not my thing. It's that it's a different format than what I do. So I mean, I know Tomby kind of lets people go on a bit of a rant, a bit or kind of extend. So it's just a different way Tomby does his stuff, and I don't hate it. It's just it's an internal thing that is just I do this because it's more freeing, right? Because I can go anywhere, we can go anywhere. That's the point. And when you have topics and stuff on a line, right? Nothing against people who do that. It's just it's just very constrictive for me. Like if a topic comes up that interests me, like people just want to talk about the downfall of Hollywood or something going on with Hollywood. Oh, Disney, oh, this or that, or whatever. And after a while, it's just like, guys, don't give them money. Don't support them. Let them fall. There's a sword. They're about to fall on their own sword. Let them fall. Just don't give them any more money. And of course, they're gonna make $1 billion off that Deadpool Wolverine, so it's too late for that. But I will always, if Tom B has an open spot and I'm able to make it right because I can't come at the time, I have to be like a half an hour late or so. But if Tom B has an open space, I'll always, I'll do what I can to come on. But I do have so many other people, and sometimes I want a break. I just want a break, Coach. Give me a break. No, but I do it all the same. The ever shrinking hey. I got full screened, okay, sir? I got full screened. All right. You can't downsize this face. I can only like Kilroy it, right? Like that. You can't downsize my face though. And it's my fault though. It's my fault because you could put like that second entry thing on StreamYard. I should have just left it alone, to be honest. I put like conversationalist person or whatever it is. I should have just left it alone, to be honest. Because it was kind of ridiculous how that was like, it's like, oh, I was over here. I was trying to like, guys, can you see me now? Because that was ridiculous. But yeah, I think before we should go any further, I should do my little thing, so that way when he comes on, I don't have to worry about it. But guys, whether you're on YouTube or Rumble, right? Like I love all of you. Well, love is a little too strong a word. I like all of you. I appreciate. Look, love is too strong. Let's go with like. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you all for being here, whether you're staying or passing through. If you wouldn't mind, please like, share, follow, leave a comment. Some of it, all of it, it doesn't matter. Anything that helps with the engagement, I appreciate to high heavens, because it helps me see more, and I can also have more people on. Because I still go out there, I still try to chat with people in their DMs at Twitter X, whatever, and try to ask them come on. It's still the challenge, but I can do it. I've seen myself do it. I can do it because August is full. August again is full, so that's about 3 or 4 months in a row of full. Weekends are a misnomer because I try to keep them open for my sake. But I do, if someone can't come on during the week, I do leave them open for that. So, but yes, anything to help with engagement, and yes, that means all of you, whether on YouTube or Rumble, it does not matter which one. I stream to both. And all of you watching either now or in the future. Whoa, in the future. If you're watching, and if you'd like to come on, there's a link tree down below. Find me at my links. Usually I have a Discord or Twitter X or an email. Either one works. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Go on one of those and we can start discussing, because September is open. I got 2 people. I've got 2 people set up for September, and the rest of the days are open. Weekdays. The rest of the weekdays are open. So if you want to come on, go to the link tree. Go to the link tree down there, down in the description, right? Just down in the description. Find me at my places. Ask, hey, I've seen this thing. Can I come on? And we can get something started. If you don't want to do that, then leave a comment in either YouTube or Bumble. Either doesn't matter. But either way, I look forward to having so many people on. I am this close to having 100 total different people on. This close. And you guys can help with that. So, and of course, the engagement helps too. But thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. Honey, I shrunk down with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Abe, I get it. You're funny. You're English. Yeah. Why don't you try, doing a worm or something? I don't know. Good evening. Hello, Sully. I better check to see what you're. Oh, it is. It is Sully. Hey, Sully, how are you? Welcome, and thank you for stopping by, or coming by, or whatever you are doing. Thank you. I thank you all. I appreciate you all. Like I said, love is a little too strong a word. I gotta keep away from that. If I say love to you guys, it either means I'm drunk, which I don't drink, or I'm really tired. So there is. There, are you drinking? No, I'm just tired. Okay, I love you all. I appreciate you all. Oh my goodness. But no, I look forward to the next time I can come on to Tom B's Chinwag. Because right now, other than the days that have passed, so we're up to Friday now. I gotta use the stinking wiper mark they give you for these dry mark things. Sometimes they don't dry mark well. They leave a whole amount of different residue. But anyway, this. Hey, you're welcome. I hope you have a great one, Adrian. Thank you. You know, just waking up, long night at work. Hey, I hear you, man. I hear you. There was a job where I had to clean locker rooms. It was at a Y. I could say a Y. The Y that used to be there is no longer there. Used to be a Y. Used to do custodial, and we didn't have a female worker. So early in the morning before we opened, I think Abe. I love my English people. Not the I'm not just saying Americans. I'm saying my English. My shizzles over in England. You guys are having a rough time. Be careful. Be safe out there. But yes, I used to work as a custodial at a YMCA, and believe me, when I tell you this, women can get a little more dirtier than men. Let's just put it that way. But I used to work. I was like 8.5 years or so. Brought out your schedule because it's looking a little sus. Hey, yeah, of course, I was going to show my schedule. I on Twitter X, I put my schedule for the week up, so that way on both YouTube and Twitter X. And then I just bought this recently, so this way I can, because I do try to, once the beginning of September comes, I do try to build a buffer for the month of September, at least to give me enough time to get more people on. And again, down in the link tree below, if you want to come on, just go to it, right? Just find me at those places. We can get started. Because I'm always unsure. Every month, every time a new month comes up, I am always unsure if I'll be able to fill a month. Just, the weekday stuff. And I get surprised. So no worries there. But this is the schedule for the week. These are the people. Now, obviously, we're on the 9th, right? If you're in Australia, it's the 10th. But today is the 9th. Now, this is the week of who's coming on. So I hope you will look to some for them. Now, like Wicca is coming on the 22nd. And so many others. Tomby is coming on the 19th. Of course. Yeah, smiley face. So these are the people coming on. And again, on the 17th, I have my Dara's Hangout stream with Putinbot, Phoenix Electra, and Kaiju. And so I may think about doing more than one weekend for Dara's Hangout because I have so many people, but I don't know the combination. If there's a mathematical person out there who knows numbers, so say I have 100 people, right? But again, this is the schedule for week. So all right, sorry. All right, anyway. But that's the week for the week. Anyway, so I have a question for all you smart people out there. If you have a calculator, whatever. So let's put the math it this way, right? I have a pool. I have close to a pool of 100 people, right? Let's just stick with 100. I'm not exactly at 100, but we're just going to stick with 100. Pool of 100 people. The show was only going to consist of 4 people. That's including myself. So what? 3 different people per. So if you can tell me how many variations I can have, variation of show I can have for Dara's Hangout with a pool of 100. I don't know the numbers. I haven't tried it out, but if anyone's smart with the numbers, you let me know. I don't know how to word it either. That's the best I got. 100, a pool of 100, right? Not exactly 100, but we'll just stick with 100. Pool of 100. I should get those finally slowing down. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know. Yeah. Take a breather, man. England, ball on the board. Gee. Jesus. I don't think Jesus said that, but for shizzle, that sounds real. Oh my goodness, Abe, you are a trip. But yeah, if you're any math people, I don't know. I don't know what the variation would be, so it's probably like 3 per show. So how many shows could I have with the variation of 100 different people? I don't know. And it may not be 100 total people because sometimes people have come on once and that's it. They don't come on again. I don't know. So we're just gonna stick with 100 for total. But I'm the what's the word? The fixed point. It's just 3 other people. So yeah, I don't know the number. I don't want to use Claude for this. I've got a chat. I got a lovely smart people of chat out there. So I'm thinking someone could give me the number. Like, what's the variation number of how many shows I could have of 100 different people? And the exchange is like 3 different people. Or how many? I think that's how you would word it, right? I don't know. See, I don't know this stuff. I don't know how to do the math thing or whatever. I'm math illiterate. I know my basics, but I'm math illiterate. I don't know how to I don't know how to do the numbers. So don't make me. I don't want to use Claude for this, but it's so much numbers. I don't know. 9 possible, really? Almost 1 million options? Are you serious? Holy crap. 970,200 possible options. Holy I'm gonna do more. That means I could do one every Saturday. I could do every Saturday then, if that's the case. I just okay. So this is a real question. Do any of you know of a website that can randomize things like names? Because that would be an awesome thing to have. Like, I'd have to put in the names though. And it depend on if they could make it. So there's so many, but yeah, if that's the real case, if it's almost 1 million possible options, dude, I can have one every Saturday. I just don't, because it's a lot for me and I can't do every Saturday. So, but if that's the case, I just gotta find a randomizer website, a trusted one, not like takes your money sort of thing. Yeah, something like that. But instead of a wheel, it's sort of like, okay, so, oh, that's true. But I like the names better, but I'd have to enter in the names. So either way, I'm entering in names. So I'd rather do the names and have it spit out. But even then, not all the names will be coming back. There are people who have tried to ask them to come back on, and they haven't. So even if it's less than, right? Even if I don't get the total 100, that's still a lot. That is still a lot. So thank you for that, Sully. If I had a gold star, I'd give you one, but I don't. I don't have a sticker thing, or I don't know how to do it. So here, I will put in chat. Sally. No, I'll do this. Sully gets a gold star. And then I'll find the star emoji right there. There you go. For his help and bravery, he gets a gold star. And then we'll see. We'll do for his help. But yeah. His media format is getting off. Hey, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die from pull 5 random numbers that gives you 2 alternates if folks are not available. Ooh, that's true. I just don't know where I would find that. Look, I'm not good at coding, so I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'd have to find a website that could do that. Like, I know there's like a wheel. I know I've seen a wheel website before, but I don't want to get too much. I know there's a randomizer site, but I don't know where, and I don't know how to find it. I'm tech illiterate. Wheel of names. All right. Well, let me look that up, Daily. Hold on. Wheel of names. Wheel of names. Okay, here we go. So this is what you're talking about, right? This is what you're talking about, right? Okay. So, I can't. Oh, so I guess it uses Google then? So how do you use it? Oh, I guess you, okay, so I guess you enter all the names in here. So say like, let's do D Pad Chad. and then we do Zio, and then we do Meg. And I guess that's what you do, is you just add the names and then you just spin it. Hey, see one! Yay! So that shuffles it. Okay, well, hey, I may use this for later. Thank you. You know what, Daily Dysfunction? You get a gold star too. At Daily. Yeah, I don't. At Daily gets a gold star. I'll probably be giving a lot of gold stars away, but I don't give a rat's behind. I better find the star emoji though. Star. Hey, there we go. There he is. You get a gold star. Look at you. Random.org. Okay, so I'm gonna bookmark this one. Just gonna bookmark it. Okay. There we go. That okay. So random.org. Make it use Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves is old. No. That's a bronze star if you keep it. Random.org. Okay, let me look that up. I don't want this going to any. Yes, I am human. Gosh dang. Free services. Numbers. Okay. Lottery pick. Keno pick. Oh. Let's go with lottery quick pick. Ah, man. This is a little too more complicated. Give me something else. What is about randomness? Yeah, no, this is. Yeah, I get this is for numbers, but the one with the wheels seems to be a bit more random. This is a lot more complicated. This is a lot less intuitive. Drawings. Random drawing. Oh, here we go. Random drawing. Step by good. Price key there. Nah. That's a paid service though. I appreciate it though, Sully. I appreciate it though. If anyone knows any more that are like, oh crap, it's getting dark. I gotta turn on my light. Hold on. If anyone knows any more like the wheel thing or whatever, let me know, and then I'll try and see. Okay, this could be bright. Hold on. Oh my eyes, dear Lord in heaven, it burns. Yeah, it's a little dark. Okay, there we go. Okay, there you go. Now you can see my pretty face. All right. Wheel of Names is free, at least when you use it. Looks. Yeah. I think I may use that. It's gonna be a lot of names though. Like, I have a lot of names. I made the list a while ago on Twitter X. I've got to find the names. Maybe that's something we can do while we're waiting for our guest. Because he has the link. Brent does have the link. It's just we'll see if he shows up or not. I'm just checking to see if it said anything. I just burst into flames. Ayah! Oh, it burns. Oh. I don't have like a. I mean, it's just it doesn't go any lower, unfortunately. That's brighter than this. So that's why I do that. Or fart in the flames. A. Oh, man, that'd be nice. Yes. It's almost like trying to do parcel talk from Harry Potter. Asakashiza. I was like, what is he saying? What? Asaka. Is this like the mummy? Are you trying to say something? I think this guy has issues. Well, let me try and see if I can't go back to the wheel thing. I don't know if it'll keep my names. Oh, it does keep my names. Oh, yes, I want it in English. So it does save my stuff. So let's save that. Local file. Let's do name draw. Let's just put it in documents. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to update it, but I'm definitely gonna have to. So I have 3 people. Pudge TV. If I can remember if I can remember all the people I've had. Sorry, I'm well, he should be on shortly. I was thinking more of a vampire, but that's Rick. Yeah. Get away! I want to drink your blood, but not now. It's too bright. But yeah, he should be on shortly, hopefully. Otherwise, the show is canceled, guys. If he doesn't come on, the show is canceled. We're all done. It's all canceled. We're all. No, it's fine. Let's see. Well, I'll do that later. It's about you guys. It's about you. It's all about this. We'll all come together as one, and I will definitely try to use that later because I need to make. I would like to rant. Oh, there he is. He's here, guys. Shh. She's here. Shh. Quiet. No, he's not even on yet. Oh, it's funny. Always count on my support. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Like with Adrian, with everyone else, I thank you all. Hello, good sir. Oh, there he is. Look at him.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hold on. I gotta bring it up. There he is. Oh, wow, you're outside.
I'm outside, man.
So you got natural light.
Trying to. Too much though. If I step back a little bit, it's pretty rough. So I got a little umbrella up in front of me.
Yeah, I have to use fake light because it's getting dark over here, so I have to do that. And someone was making a vampire joke. It's like, get back. So how are you doing, good sir? How was the plane ride? Because you said
yeah, it was, man. I flew out to Utah, so my itinerary got jacked up a little bit. So I just landed, had some dinner with the in-laws, and I'm hanging out at their house right now.
Nice. Oh, okay. So you're not actually at home. You're somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm not based in Utah. I'm based in Nashville.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So does that mean you go out and listen to all the music playing and Elvis and all?
Come on, man. Like literally, the only people that go to Broadway are fucking tourists, man. That's the way it is.
I said, like the Nashville, hokey pokey stuff, all the Southern, Is it Tennessee or Nashville where Elvis Graceland is at?
Yeah, it's Memphis. That's the other side of the state.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I know Nashville. The capital of Nashville is Frank. No. Oh, I'm losing. He's on location. That's right.
Don't worry about it, man. I'm actually not a native Nashvilleian. I escaped from Seattle a couple of years ago.
Oh, jeez. Not only did you escape, but I think that state may no longer be livable in.
It ain't the same place my kids grew up in, that's for sure.
Jeez, it's Seattle. Yeah, Seattle's in Washington. So it was like Portland and all that stuff in Washington.
Portland's Oregon, but you're close.
Oregon.
They're kind of sister cities of fentanyl and dumpster fires and homeless camps.
You could see how well my education was. So that's
public school.
No, I was homeschooled. But anyway, then he's like, "Look, I think it's time for me to go. I don't think I could be here anymore." But no, I thank you for coming on, sir. I appreciate it. I know the original time was 8 o'clock, but because of the whole airplane ordeal, we had to move it over. But I'm glad you're able to make it. So why don't you at least give a little bit of yourself? Because I only know you do a podcast stuff, and that's on a different part of Twitter X. So why don't you explain yourself a bit?
Yeah. So my primary account is at B Gets Better. My name is Brent. I'm a tech executive.
Really?
I've been in tech for about 30 years. So I'm in big tech. So I'm part of the evil empire, as it were. But yeah, so I do that as my day job, but also I host Aiming Up Podcast. That's at Aiming Up Podcast on all the socials. Started that in February, so it's pretty new. We're only in 42, 43-ish episodes, something like that. And so yeah, fairly early on, but having a lot of success. We got some great guests in the pipeline. Got particularly Helen Pluckrose. I'm flying out to London to interview her in person in September. So I'm really excited. If people don't know who Helen Pluckrose is, check her out. She worked with Peter Boghossian and James Lindsay on the quote unquote grievance studies. So if you're familiar with that whole affair, she was one of the authors on those papers.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people I don't know in the world, so you'll have to apologize for that. But it's always an opportunity to do so. So that's what you're doing, is you're going around, and of course you're flying though, so you can do all that stuff. But yeah, so 30 years in the tech industry, that's a long time. Have you become the IT wizard yet? Is that what's
I believe I've passed that a long time ago. I was an IT wizard like 15 years ago. Now I don't know what the hell I am anymore. I'm dealing with cybersecurity. I'm dealing with you name it, top to bottom, privacy. All sorts of different aspects of the business. It's a complicated space. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with it though. It's a cool job.
That's good. No, I mean, does that mean you have your own thing yourself because of all that knowledge, or do you just kind of just stick with the job of that?
What do you mean my own thing?
With the tech, like a side business, right? Because I know you do the podcast with tech.
No. I have the podcast. I've got a business that is the podcast, right? It makes zero money at this stage, right? But it technically is a corporation. It is a for-profit business at some point, hopefully. But no, really my day job does take most of my bandwidth. On average years, I'm traveling 30% of the time internationally, so I'm gone a lot.
Jeez, yeah, and that I mean, jet lag must wear on you like no tomorrow.
Nah, I got it figured out. I've biohacked the whole thing, man. So it takes me about a day and a half when I land somewhere to sort of reset my clock. I've got it down to a pretty precise science.
Nice. What's the farthest you've traveled?
I've traveled to Australia. I've traveled to Philippines, Japan, the whole globe, man. India's really long flights. I think the worst one might have been where was that? Montevideo, Uruguay. We call that the planes, trains, and automobiles segments because I think it takes something crazy like 32 hours door to door. It's a long trip with layovers and stuff.
And Uruguay, South America, I believe.
It is.
Okay, I got something right.
Nailed it. Don't know where Seattle is, but man, you got Uruguay.
Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. If you get the wrong state, you're okay.
You're fine, man. You're fine.
No, but I do, and I do appreciate you coming on because me doing this thing. It's sort of like a hitter. It's like Battleship, right? You hit or miss. And you'd never know because sometimes I speak out into the void and I don't get an echo back. There's a lot of those, unfortunately, but I do try to get, and I've gotten all different sorts of people on, people who aren't content creators, people who are big, people who are small. It really, the field is wide because I didn't see a lot of, I know there are content creators who invite people on either to, because it's his favorite person to talk to or boost them in some manner, whatever, but I've just been doing something I didn't see, at least from the ones I followed. I didn't see many of them do, because from my perspective, I don't think anyone's done this many people, at least within this period of time. To my knowledge, anyway. I could be wrong. I'm not, as you can tell, my knowledge is very limited, very limited. But no, I do try to stand out, and I am almost. I am almost to 100 different people so far. So that is something for me.
I'm gonna tell you something, folks that are watching online. If you're not doing this, you don't understand how much work goes into it. I certainly didn't before I started. Now I'm like, holy shit! I've got like 6 episodes in the backlog I got to edit. It's a ton of work.
It is. It is or isn't, depending on how you feel about it, how you're enjoying it. Because I do this right, and the one thing I don't always look forward to is doing the shorts, making the shorts, because I use programs that help me with stuff, right? Like I use Opus.Pro to help me with making shorts. You know, I use some other stuff as well. But at the end of the day, it's a timing consuming factor. It's just a time crunch. Everything else is sort of like, do I feel like it or not? And there are days, but I enjoy it all the same because I get to share, you know, this person, whoever I'm making the shorts of, with the rest of the world, and they may not know, or they may, and they just enjoy the thing. And same with here. This one day may be broken up into pieces and shared, and with so many others, because I do believe we kind of skipped on having a conversation and just kind of yell at each other from our team side, and it's just like, I can't do this. I mean, I have bias. Don't get me wrong. I'm human too, but this also helps in breaking that. Because I think we kind of need to break out of our own biases once in a while. I mean, you've traveled all over the world. You should know that there's some degree where you kind of like, you go to a new place and like, I don't believe it. It's too much and all this stuff. So, oh, he froze. Did he drop out? Oh,
man, you are completely frozen. If you can hear me, I cannot hear or
I see it. I see
you.
it.
Just kind of frozen up on me.
Yeah. It's your image just froze up. You came back. I think it might be internet stuff.
Cool.
But yeah,
Probably have shitty internet here.
Mom.
Yeah, right. Okay, you're back now. I think we're back.
Yeah, but no, it's part of that. Part of that is the reason too is the bias factor, because I do see a lot of, you know, if you're on Rumble, you see political, gaming, all this stuff. There's all these pots and pans people are in, and it's just like I can go anywhere with it. Just say same as you, but not in a plane. I don't have that kind of money. But
well, what do you want to talk about, man? Like I can go any direction. I'm pretty well versed in a whole bunch of topics, interested in everything. So what's your flavor, man? Like what are you interested in? What are you interested in?
What am I interested in? This. I have a full-time job too, of course. Like to pay my bills, right? And it deals with the tech industry to some degree, not to give away, but it's not on a high scale like you are. Definitely do not have that kind of knowledge. But I enjoy doing this more than my full-time job because I get to, there's a freedom to it, even though I make nothing at all to it. But that's a bonus, right? The people are the main point of, you know, the conversational part, and then everything else is a bonus. And I don't know if that means it is the same in your area, because you travel out to the people. I can't.
Well, I don't always do that, man. Like my podcast is mostly remote, right? I can't afford to just fly people in or go directly to them, right? I want to do that more, but at the end of the day, like I'm doing pretty much the same thing you're doing.
Wow. Yeah, I'd like to do that too. That's the vision I have for one day, being able to do that, because face to face can kind of change things, because you get to see I could see how you react, all this other stuff, but to see face to face, there's a what would be the good? It's just, there is a difference. There's a feeling of difference and all this stuff, and you don't see that. You have a big gap within the social media aspect, like Twitter X, where people can just assume you say something, and it's like you can't even see how I say it. So.
Yeah, straw manning is a problem, man. I think this is a weird time we're in, where nobody really wants to have a good faith conversation, or few people do.
Yeah.
They want to erect the shittiest version of what your argument might be kind of like, and then tear that down, as opposed to genuine curiosity. Like, hey, man, like, oh, cool, we have a different view on things. How great is that? Like, please tell me what you think about that. How did you arrive at that conclusion? Like, there's none of that. It's like people get on teams and they just want to throw firebombs at each other and dunk and be like, score points for their tribe, and it's so shitty, man. Like that's why I love these conversations as opposed to tweets.
Yeah, and the funny thing too is it's a talking past each other factor, right? Like you think
Yeah.
there was a show called Key and Peele, it was a while back, and they had an episode or a skit where Jordan Peele is playing one character, he's playing loose, relaxed, like you and Ganja, whatever, and then you have Key, who's sort of his friend, and they text back and forth. Well, they take different sides in the matter, and Jordan is like, "You saying what? You what?" And the other guy's just like, "Yeah, let's go to the bar." And at the end, you see like he has a bat full of nails. One has a bat full of nails, and the other guy's like, he's getting a drink for his friend. And that's what social media is. Now, it's not like this. I can see you, but when you can't see the person, just see their words. That's what it becomes. You have one person with the bat and one person with a beer in hands. Like, wait, what's going on?
Yep. And people talk to each other on social media in a way that they would never in a fucking million years talk to another human being face to face. It's a problem.
It's an animosity. And of course, I know I'm not saying, there shouldn't be animosity, but that's the point of the matter, is that animosity gives you a shield to just spit in someone's face and they don't know where it came from.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's tough, right? Because you look at social media and the way that humans evolve to talk to each other, it's completely opposite, right? You're looking at an avatar most of the time, some cartoon avatar. So it's a anonymous profile, and your brain doesn't connect that with another human being at the other end. And I think it's a real problem. Like I sometimes get sucked into. I try to discuss things on Twitter in a adult way, but it seems like more often than not, it just evolves into, like you said, people talking past each other, people just on Twitter to troll people, to talk shit, and to, like I said, to dunk and try to be like, hey, flex in front of their tribe and be like, oh, look what I just did, and a bunch of people pumping them up in the background. Like, it's toxic, man. Like I don't like to talk to people like that.
Yeah, and it's also part of the factor is monetization. You make money off Twitter, your Twitter X posts, and that's another factor too. Is clicks and likes and all that stuff.
Dude, engagement bait on Twitter is like the most infuriating thing I've ever seen. Like I love some of the changes Elon's made, but I got to say, like every time I'm scrolling through my feed, every other post is caption this. Tell me what you think about that. A picture of some food. What would you add to this? It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, let's do some real engagements. Like, we have all this technology. We can have these wonderful conversations with millions of people around the world potentially.
Yeah.
And we're doing this bullshit because over a couple of Elon bucks, like what? You're getting a couple $100 a month or something, and you're turning the platform into this. Like, that's shitty.
Yeah. Abe says Key and Peele was awesome. Oh, you really meant end it comes to mind every time I see someone having streaming issues. And yeah, I use Rumble Studios because I'm streaming to both YouTube and Rumble. So and don't worry about anything on that matter. But it's just Rumble Studios come a long way since this beta, because I signed up for the waiting list that when it came out like November, whatever it was, and then I've been using it ever since. And yeah, it's been a pain, but it's turned into this. It's gotten better. And yeah, like you said, there are technologies out there that can connect us in ways that we couldn't before. Like, the Telegram was like the oldest technology there was. I think a lot of people don't know Morse code anymore. So if the world goes to crap, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Oh yeah. God. Yeah.
So, since you know technology, do you know at least Morse code just in case?
I know some of it, but like I forgot it. Like that was one of those things that I geeked out on when I was a kid.
Really?
Like who the fuck needs to know Morse code anymore? Like really?
Yeah. Well, people who need something in case, because I do think it's like a last resort, like the military, whatever. But I do think like ham radio people probably would use it or something to that effect, because you know how that goes. But yeah, again with like any platform that offers monetization, there are people who bait post, and it feels like, as you stated, there's not really a conversation anymore. It's just, how can I make the most money? And I have seen people make those posts where they say, I only need 5 million people to get the money, or I need this many. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Now the whole thing's crazy to me, and I really, even though I like this is a business, right? Like, and I do want to make money with it at some point. I think focusing on output metrics, no matter where you are, whether you're new, whether you're a sort of a tenured person that hasn't really quote unquote made it yet, or whether you're the Chris Williamson class or Joe Rogan class, right?
Right.
If you're focusing on output metrics, you're going to do something unnatural, right?
Yeah.
You're going to change the way you're engaging with people. You're going to change the conversation. You'll get captured by your audience. There's all these things that could go wrong, right? So my focus the entire time is just trying to make the best thing that I can make, have the best conversations, trying to produce the best type of content I can, get better over time. And then trust that if I'm doing my best, then, I'm not going to worry about the outcome. And if I, some point make money with this, great. And if not, that just means I suck and I need to do something else. Because I mean, I'm sorry, but like, that's what the market is, right? Like if the market is not responding, it's like, hey, nobody gives a shit about your content. Nobody's watching your stuff. It's like, well, I'm not going to continue to pour all this time and effort and energy into it. If people aren't resonating with it, and it's like, don't have an ego about it and pack your shit up and go home. Like that might be an option.
Yeah, and for me, it's I've done it simply in the case of connecting with others and having the conversation, but everything beyond the point of that has always been a bonus, right? Like I have a full-time job, so there's that, but and there's been some success with this. I'm not like 1,000 people ever, but the point of the matter is that I'm enjoying this process. I'm enjoying making the shorts, all this stuff. I'm enjoying connecting with the people, because at the end of the day, though, I'm sorry to tell you, your bait posts, your tribalism, all this stuff ends one day, and you did it for what, a few coins. Toss your coin to the witch or somewhere else. I mean, you don't really need to here. And Big Block says engagement would create common ground. Common ground would weaken the tribes. Tribes would lose their power. Power is the inevitable currency that always comes about in the end, because it's not about money, it's what's behind the money. It's not about how many houses you have, it's what's the meaning behind the houses that you have, and so many other stuff.
Maybe. I'm not sure I see it that way, right? Like what do you mean by power exactly, right? Like you look at anything, and we're talking about any sort of endeavor that you might take. I don't care what it is. If your day job, if you're starting a business, if you're doing a nonprofit, if you are making art, there's always going to be a hierarchy, right? And society is going to have preferences. We have values, right? Human beings can't act without having a value structure, right? Like a value, it's a very simple primitive value structure might be, I'm thirsty, I need a drink. And so you're motivated to get a drink because you value staying alive and you need to drink water, right? And everything that we have is predicated on these value hierarchies. And so yes, at the top of those hierarchies, there's going to be some aspect of power, right? Particularly if you are, let's say, you're a Fortune 500 CEO, you're Elon Musk, you're a high-level government official. Like, yeah, there's power that comes with some of that stuff. But and I don't even want to do. Government's a weird thing because it's really not the same thing. It's not a hierarchy of competence like it is in the free market. It's a hierarchy of psychopathy, and it's a hierarchy of incompetence, and it's corruption, and it's people rise to the top of that, but that's through force, that's through violence. In the market, you have to, like I said, you have to compete. Like if my podcast sucks, nobody's going to listen to it, and I'm going to sort of get washed out, and that's a good thing, because I think human beings, valuing what they value, help evolve and move society forward, culture forward, science forward, right? Like this is really important stuff, right? And so the power argument for me is a little, I get a little squishy with it because it feels kind of, I get echoes of like the postmodernists, right? Or the Marxists, or the people that are the envy peddlers of the world. Oh, this guy's got more power than me because he's got more money, et cetera. And I always, I guess, I don't mean to push back too hard, but my hackles always go up a little bit when people start talking about power.
Right. Well, I mean, power can be many different things, many different types of things. Money is one, governmental, whatever, power is one, but it comes in different forms. So yeah, it can depend on what you view as power, some would say. But at the end of the day, though, there is a currency of it, because there's always going to be someone who's more than you to some retrospect. Someone less, someone more, but there's always going to be that disparity. There always will be. There's no escaping from that. I've seen it in many different jobs. So
yeah, and the worst part is it's fucking unfair. And this is the thing that I think the free market types, and I consider myself in that camp, don't properly appreciate, right? There's a lot of people that are like, oh, yeah, well, the output's going to be distributed unequally, and fuck them. It's like, but the problem is, if you understand the literature, is that you look at what is most tightly correlated with success, with monetary success, with health success, with all these things. The number one predictor on both genders is IQ. And IQ is 80-something% heritable, right? So most of it is just the luck of the genetic dice that you rolled, right? And I think Sam Harris has made a pretty good point, which is like, yeah, back 200 years ago, it didn't really matter if you have 180 IQ and I've got a 90 IQ and we're neighbors, we're plowing the same fucking field next to each other, right? You're farming, you're not really getting this huge inequality. But now, if you're very smart and I'm not smart, guess what? The outcome differential is a lot wider. You can work in tech, you can go be an investment banker, you can get into crypto, you can start a business, and you can just leave people behind, right? And it's not fair. And the lot of the Republican types are just like, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you work hard. And it's like, hey, dude, dumb people don't do that well, period. And it sucks and it's horrible, and nobody's really come up with a good solution. And I think this is why the power arguments and the inequality and, hey, it's not fair. It resonates with a lot of people because it's not fair.
Well, it's not going to be, because life isn't, right? Life isn't fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you going to do about it? That's always the question that follows. And then typically what that is, there are people in government that prey on that's good intention and that sort of empathy that people have. They weaponize it. Because people do understand there's a problem, right? Or not a problem. Yeah, it definitely is a problem, right? Like this is a real issue. And somebody comes in promising to fix it. And it's usually a government program. We're going to fix this thing. But what people don't realize is ultimately what they're doing is just enriching people even more and fucking the poor people even harder. But with this is like compassionate face on, like, oh, I'm conspicuously compassionate with other people's money. But really, it's just funneling it right into the pockets of the people who are fucking wealthy anyway. So there's not really, no one has a good solve. But I think on both sides, there's valid points. And this is one of those things we end up shouting at each other because there are valid points, there are valid criticisms on both sides, but both sides think that they're completely right and they know everything, and they can't benefit from talking to each other, and that's just not true.
Right. Yeah. And Big Black says fair is always subjective. It is not identical for people, which is an understandable bit, because be fair for one person can look like another. But again, the entirety of saying fair is a misnomer, because it's not a true thing. It's never going to be fair.
It's not real.
Fair. Yeah, it's not real. It's like saying equal, right? There is no true equal, because it's not possible to be equal. There's no possibility of equalness.
Yeah, because when people talk about equality, I always say, like, on what dimensions? Precisely.
On the 30th dimension high above.
No. When I mean dimensions, I mean like, okay, intelligence. For men, height is associated with success, believe it or not. It's like a very tightly correlated thing, right? So intelligence, height, you have, racial demographics, you have, whether you were abused as a child or not, like that causes differential outputs. There's like, you go through all of the different ways in which you might be different from somebody. And it's like, no, you cannot equalize across all these dimensions. A lot of people hyper focus on the output of wealth, right? And say like, this is the one metric, but like, no, people just aren't equal. You can't ever make them equal. And this is a durable problem that nobody can solve.
Right. Well, they're I would say equal and fair fairy terms, because they live in a land far away, but they don't exist in reality, and that's the issue, because they can be used quite well for, well, you'd say political games, but just hand up games, just getting up higher on the ladder. That's basically what they are. That's the power in the tribe, I guess, sort of thing. But at the end of it, it's a mess. It's just a humanity mess, and it's not gonna be a resolution to that anytime soon. So
yeah, that's not satisfying to people though, because people want to believe that if they just vote their team in power, they're going to fix everything. And I'm here to tell you, man, I'm almost 50. I've watched this shit a long time.
Yeah,
your team isn't going to fix shit. Your team's going to get elected. They're going to fuck everything up even worse, and things are going to be worse than when they came in. And then the other team's going to give it a try, and they're going to fuck it up a different way, and it's just rinse and repeat indefinitely.
That's where and through that thinking, someone can look at voting and say, you've made the system that had a point is now pointless. You have driven it to the end of nothing, and now we've just created this what would be a good way of saying it? A popularity tag team game where one tribe says, yes, our person is great, and the other tag team person says, yes, our person is great, and then they use rules that were made long ago that can't be updated because the people who are it's a long short story is that humans over humans isn't really going well, and that's the whole point. That's what government is. That's what monarchy, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I will just say this to everybody, and sorry you might get upset, but I think voting is the worst thing that you can do, period. End of story.
Well, mind clarifying, is that because of what I said earlier, or clarifying that past the point of what?
No. What I'm saying is I think that the institution of government is number one, completely unethical, right? And so I'm opposing on that grounds of individual human liberty.
Right.
Also, I think the outputs are atrocious, right? Like I think the free market is better than government across the board, top to bottom, left to right, diagonally, every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Right.
And so voting for these, and I think today, I think people are more open to my argument than before because it is such a goddamn circus sideshow. You look at what I mean. We had a president who is clearly suffering from major dementia, cognitive decline. And they were saying, the media's like, no, he's great. This is the sharpest Biden ever, sharp as a tack. You see that cut up, that montage that made the rounds? It's like, it's fucking crazy. And then they're like, oh yeah, well, he's actually got dementia. And oh, by the way, now Kamala is the greatest thing ever. Although for the last 4 years, you've heard nothing about her. They've hidden her in the basement because of embarrassment. And now you look, it's pivoted on a dime, and this is the greatest thing ever. And everyone's looking at this. And looking at Trump and looking at all the and you're looking at all these candidates, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the best that we can do. And I think that every election cycle, it gets worse and worse, is becoming more of it's more obvious to anyone who's paying attention that it is a absolute nightmare. And this is a failed experiment. America's failed. This is and you know, it had good intentions, and America, when it was founded, was a huge advancement over anything that came before it, right? It's an advancement over monarchy for sure. And it started as this experiment in limited government, and we're going to try to do this thing here. And within 200 years, it went from the smallest government the world's ever seen to just this massive, tyrannical, liberty-destroying monster. And it failed for the same reason that limited cancer fails. You start small, it metastasizes, and eventually eats everything and becomes a giant tumor, right? Like this is what government is. So continuing to vote, right? This is what politicians need from you, is they need to say that we have a mandate of the people, right? And the more people vote, the more they can look at that, point to that and be like, oh, there's a mandate. But you can say like, well, look, the minority of people in America vote. Like it's the minority. Right. And a majority of that minority, they then point to that and say, well, that's our mandate to now we own you. You know, you are our property. We can take your money. We can tell you what to do. We can lock you down. Whatever we say that you have to do, you have to do. And if you don't do it, we'll send men with guns to kill you. I mean, that's really what government is, but nobody wants to think of it in those terms. Everyone's got these glowing terms like government's this benevolent Santa Claus daddy that's here to take care of you. And that's just not what it is. It's force. It's violence. That's all it is. All government is. Elon Musk is right. The government is a corporation, the largest corporation, with a monopoly on initiating violence. Like that's literally all they are. But everybody wants to think that they are this benevolent Santa Claus is going to take care of them, and it's fucking false. And continuing to vote for these people is going to produce the exact same output of what we've been seeing, which gets worse every single fucking time.
Right. Well, and the obvious and the funny thing is that we created it. We created the problem.
No, we didn't. I didn't.
Well, not you.
Shit.
I'm talking about human
Well,
beings.
don't say we then. Don't
It's
don't
not
say
humans.
we.
It's human beings on the level of your ancestors created the problem, and their ancestors before. You talk about the failed experiment. Well, they're human beings, so they helped created the problem, and we continued it on from there. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Fair. So Homo sapiens created the problem. I will take that as an answer. I hate the we thing, man. Like the we thing smacks of collectivism and communism to me. And Doug Stanhope has this great bit where he starts talking about nationalism. He starts talking about people say weird shit like oh, if it wasn't for us, the British would be speaking German right now, and like all this shit. And he was like, "Oh, that was you and me, Tommy?" I was like, "I don't remember that. We got high and watched sports bloopers. Then we went to Wendy's and we ordered some shit. Then we got to the second window and forgot we didn't have any money. And then we went out and passed out. And like, but I don't remember garroting Krauts in the trenches. Do you?
Right.
It's like this we shit, man. Like, it really rubs me the wrong way.
No, I was talking about the Wii game. I apologize. No.
Sure.
No, it was the human factor, not because again, your grandparents and their parents before and so on, they voted into what became the government is now, and that just kept the wheel turning and turning. We as human beings have created our own problems, but we also can solve them too. But it's this very finicky thing where you're just like, how to solve it? No, we keep adding more to it, all this stuff. It's a mess. It's basically a mess in its own right.
It is. It is, and the solution is staring us right in the face. And the thing that frustrates me, right? Because the free market is what solves problems, right? You have a competitive landscape where it's like, for example, you need policing, right? You need people to protect your person and property. And instead of having competitors where they're competing for your dollars, like you are choosing, like you would with an ISP, like I'm going to Comcast, or I'm going to go with Verizon, or I'm going to go with AT&T.
Right.
You have one option, and the option is by force, and they don't have to provide good service because they got your money. They don't have to do shit. And so if we took the market approach to solving basically providing for the things that we all need, we need courts, we need legal services, we need adjudication of disputes, we need protection of person and property. Like if you let the market handle these things in a voluntary fashion, you get so much cheaper services, so much higher quality because you have competitors, right? And the people that suck will get washed out of the market, like we talked about before. And nobody wants to think of it that way. People have got this sacred cow mentality around government. Well, there's these certain things only government can do, like build roads. Like, are you fucking kidding me? The government doesn't build roads. All they do is push money around, and they give out sweetheart contracts to these well-connected companies to build the roads on your behalf. It's like, we can go. I mean, people need to get their shit from Costco over to the port. Somebody's going to build a road, and you can do a pay-as-you-go. Think of all the technology we have right now. We have toll roads today. You can, I mean, fuck, we can do anything. I'm in technology, dude. Like, we can do any of this stuff way better than government, but people for some reason have got this block in their brain. Like, well, just because it's always been this way, that's the way it always has to be. And I think there's just a dumb way to view things.
Yeah, because you just carry. It's like you carry on the cross on that remark, and you don't drop it and let it go, and that's the issue becomes. But even then, whatever involves humans is going to be followable to a point anyway, and that's where yeah. And then but yeah, it's just like with anything that humans do, and unfortunately, the matter of it is we can give an answer, but the answer is multivariate because, as far as I've learned throughout human history, no one answer is always a solution. And wars have been fought on finding the one answer or giving a one answer and so on and so forth. And I mean, maybe you can't give an answer and maybe you get a solution, but then out of that comes a multitude of problems out of that and so forth and so on. And the wheel just turns on, the wheel of time or whatever that thing is. But the issue of it is I think in essence, many people don't care to want to fix their stuff because they're too tired of dealing with things, or they work, they have families, they do all this stuff, and like you have with your bandwidth just goes, and then you in essence the systems were created to take care of the things that you didn't have bandwidth for, like armies to protect the borders and so on and so forth, the things we thought those creations were for. However, it's human beings involved. And guess what happens? That train derailed long ago, and we kept trying to put it on the track, and it just kept. Towns were destroyed, homes were destroyed, all this stuff was destroyed, And we kept saying, look, if we just put it back on the track again, it'll work. And I was like, no, I don't think that's the true answer you want. I don't think that's what answer you want.
Yeah, and you're right. And it's like people aren't comfortable with the idea that being a human being comes with an entirely infinite set of problems that are constantly changing and morphing. Like there's no such thing as being a human without dealing with infinity problems, right? Like and people get in this mindset, they get these ideologies like, well, if we just elected Trump, then everything would be perfect. And if those damn Democrats would just stand down, we'd fix the world once and for all. It's like, fuck, that's not the way shit works, dude.
Right.
Like everything in this world is hate to sound like Jordan Peterson, but it's order and chaos. You know, it's like you have entropy. You've got, if you just stop, like think about your house, like you just stop maintaining it, it's going to start falling apart. Like you are always going to be confronted in your life, in your job, in your relationships, no matter what it is, your health. You're constantly battling that sort of order and chaos line. And if you don't, take action and address problems, they're just going to multiply and get worse. And your set of problems changes from day to day. And so I think the level of sophistication people have about some of these macro issues it's just not there. They truly believe. There's a lot of people that are like diehard cult members that just think that, man, my team, if we got, we'd fix the world. It's like, fuck, no, you wouldn't. You'd screw it up, and you'd screw it up, 9 different ways, and we'd have to fix that. And that's fine though. Like I'm in the mindset, like, well, cool. That's what being a person is about. It's just this infinite series of problems, but it's also infinite series of advancements too. You look at where we've come, even the last 100 years. Like yes, we've been confronted with all these problems, but we've also tackled way more problems than people can even conceive of. Right. So it's a matter of keeping some balance, because I think human beings have evolved to have a negativity bias to where we're much more attuned to the threats in our environment and the things that could really take us out. We hyper fixate on those, and we elevate those as opposed to looking at things like what we have. Like, oh my God, I live in this beautiful house. I've got, air conditioning. I've got internet. I've got food on my table. Like the major problems that human beings have dealt with since the dawn of time, like, are mostly non-existent in my world. And we don't appreciate that and think like, oh, wow, I'm really grateful that I'm not starving or, dying from some disease that was incurable 50 years ago.
Right.
But we're focused on these stupid fucking macro problems, particularly around politics, that just in the grand scheme of things, they're not problems.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is when boredom is a human-made concept, because if you were to go back to the frontier days, they didn't really have much of boredom. It was mostly working to survive, thrive, all that stuff. Nowadays, you have boredom and technology that kind of helps along with that, and that's a funny thing is you kind of go and reverse the track, the train, and it's just like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and that's a weird paradox too, because I grew up in the 80s, and before there was even video games. Like I remember we got the first Atari, right? Like that was fucking wild, man. Like that blew our minds. Before then, we were out playing with sticks and rocks in the fucking woods, man. Like and I've seen as the novelties increase, as all of this technology, particularly when the internet boom happened, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, like the more options that you have, it feels like it's even caused people to become even more bored. They're burning out their dopamine circuits. They're seeing all this hyper novelty in their environment, and they're just like, I've seen, I've done, I've experienced everything, and now I'm fucking bored. Entertain me more. It's like it's a real problem.
Yeah, it's again, social media is the big part of that impact, because you already see it every day.
Yeah,
it's like feed me more dopamine harder. But it's a terrifying truth in itself, because we easily accept it because of what it does. Like, you remember Candy Crush, right? Candy Crush was a popular game. People would pay multiple money just to get all those special assets, and Candy Crush showed that even in a game itself could be the most disastrous consequence to using the technology we have. And the irony of it is the irony of the things we create is that it has a duopoly. It has a good side and a bad side, and we tend not to recognize that. It's always one thing or another, and then just like, because it's funny to me when you have that what is it, the gun argument or whatever, guns kill people. No, the gun, you leave a gun alone, it won't do anything. Yeah.
It's just going to sit there, man. There's just people killing people.
And it's like a garden hoe. You can use a garden hoe to make, do gardens and all this stuff to benefit. And then you could take it to your next door neighbor and take them out. It's that simple.
Yeah, no, I get it, and that's one of the big passions I have is ethics. I think I've referenced it before with respect to government, but it's like it's like how we treat each other, and I think human beings are not treating each other well right now.
Mm-hmm. It's just it's the morality thing, right? Everyone has a different sense of morality, whether you're on the religious basis or not. But when you involve,
hold on, real quick, because I'm a nerd. Like just to ground on definitions. What I mean by ethics is it's not morality. It's not subjective. I think the ethics and morality are different. I think morality is subjective. It's culturally based, But there's some things that are just universally unethical. Things like murder, things like rape, things like theft. Right. So that's what. So just for everyone, and I don't care if you use different definitions, but these are the definitions I work with. So we're not talking past each other.
Right. Understandable. Yeah, because again, everyone has a different perspective on how they view the things, and then words. Nowadays, words just can mean anything. Now, you've already seen that with the word gameplay that people use out there, or media, or whatever you have it to, and that has the talking, like you said, talking over people for. Well, no, thank you for stopping by, Stuff Central. I hope to have you have a good one as well. Thank you, sir. Are you having fireworks back there or what? Because it sounds like there's fireworks or something.
Oh, this right here?
Oh,
yeah. It's my fucking ADD, dude. Like I'm sitting over here crunching on the bottle just because I don't know, a fidget spinner or something. Sorry, dude.
No, that's all right. I was like, are there fireworks going on over there? I mean, it's still possible for people to still firing off fireworks, but I mean, it was like, holy crap.
I didn't realize this microphone was that sensitive. Cool.
Oh, well, now you can whisper and people will be like, oh my gosh, I can hear him so clearly. So, but I don't know if you said, but how long have you been doing the podcast thing? I don't remember if you said how long you did that.
Since like February. Yeah, I think sometime in February I started it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I thought you did on longer.
Not too long.
Oh, okay. And what is is it just conversational stuff, or you hit after certain people like psychology, theology, all this kind of things on the human scale of
everything, including particle physics and science related topics, tech topics, AI, like everything. Like I'm interested in everything. Like I said, I have ADD. Mine goes like a million miles an hour, and I've got stuck in this weird rut, man. Like I've got a bunch of people reached out to me about political type topics, which I can talk about obviously, but I don't like it as much. Like it's not as interesting to me. But it's like whatever. Yeah, health and fitness is a big one too. I'm on a sort of like a fitness journey right now. Started that in December. I'm down like almost 60 pounds. I got a 100-pound goal for this year. So I talked to people like I did Vinny Tortorich last night, who's got a new documentary out called Dirty Keto. Check it out. It's really great.
Nice.
And so yeah, definitely in the nutrition space, fitness space. Like I talk to people about pretty much everything, man. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, psychology. I'm a huge psychology nerd. Aliens, like, man, I've been into everything, so I'm having a good time.
You're like the one-man band that goes anywhere. But yeah, I mean, I haven't gone. I mean, I can do that sort of thing as well. It doesn't mean I understand every subject, but it doesn't stop me from having a conversation.
Freezing up again.
Yeah, I can still hear you though, so we're still good. I can see your face and all that stuff. You look handsome, by the way. Thank you for. Do you tell anyone his internet is trash? Hey! He knows his internet is up. All right, calm it down there, Jack. Calm it down there. Goodness, bunch of people complaining all the time.
Not my internet. My in-laws' place, man. Leave me alone.
Hey, you got your answer. You got your. Abe is saying, "I'm pretty sure this dude is me." You have a fan. But no, I enjoy the faction of, because and I do think I think there's a point of matter where people kind of, when they're in a conversation, they can have a point where they think it's a shot at them, whatever, or some point is, like you said, talking past. But I do think people have to have an open mind to just, if they disagree about something, they can disagree about it. That's fine. But when you get into an argument to try to prove a point, what are you doing though? Because that's hitting a nerve of the fence, right? There's hitting something there, whatever. It's not that. It's about, okay, what about this thought or that thought or the 1,000 other thoughts you have? But there can be a point where people hit that internal defense and like, no, F you. And then you just don't have a conversation anymore, which sucks. So,
yeah, there's a couple of things behind that. I think number one, people get so invested in being on a team, it becomes part of their identity. And so they look at somebody who is maybe questioning or pushing back on an idea they're putting forward as an attack on them personally, an attack on their identity. And you got to really stop that shit. Like you need to look at your ideas as just ideas. Like this is like a diary entry for me. This is how I see it right now, and just disconnect your personal ego from that shit, because that's going to do you no favors, right? So and also be willing to admit to yourself that you might have gotten it wrong. Because I tell you what, I've been on this planet a long time. I've got a lot of shit wrong, and I know I'm wrong about a lot of shit I believe now, and I'm loosely holding on to my ideas and just ready to move to the next point once I have sufficient reason and evidence to support that position, and I'll move from it again if I need to, right? I'll update. So be willing to update, being humble and not taking it as an attack, and then having some curiosity too, right? Like I said, like if you talk to somebody, if you could get your mind wired to be like, oh, we have a difference of view on this. How cool is that? Like, oh, this is how I'm seeing it. How are you seeing it? Right? Instead of looking at it as a debate or you're trying to, score points, look at the person you're talking to as a discussion partner, and you're both aiming for the same thing. You're trying to find what's true. You're trying to find what's good. Those are the two North Stars, right? We're having a conversation. I believe you're a good faith actor. You're both, we're both believing about each other, even we might be on a different side of a topic. That we both are good people, and we're both trying to do the best we can to suss it out. And if you could just lower the fucking temperature and then have some curiosity and humility, like I think we'd all get a lot farther together. Because if we're in our little echo chamber, the way Twitter is, right? Like, oh, I'm on this team over here, and everyone's like, yeah, school the libs or fuck the conservatives or whatever it is. And you're just, dunking and scoring points. It's like, you're not actually moving the ball forward, and you're missing important piece of the picture, right? If you're not bringing the alternate view to the table and having a good faith discussion, you might be missing like a really important point that you didn't consider, and they're not even at the table anymore because you're a dick.
Yeah, or just an idiot. One of the other, or both. It can be both.
it typically is both.
Yeah, the irony is not lost in me. But yeah, it's and no, thank you, Rance. I just Rance rated over here on Rumble, so thank you for that. But yeah, it's
thank you.
It is. Look at that, family.
My mother-in-law just brought me a water. This is great.
We'll give a hand for her. We'll give her a gold star for that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, and Big Block says compromise is becoming a disappearing skill. It is now perceived as weakness when it really represents strength. Oh, sorry. Ugh. Yeah, no, that is true. Compromise is
nailed it.
Yeah, and again, that comes with the. I guess I would say the academic version of the debate, because there's debate and then there's the academia version. There's time and how much time a person gets or whatever. I wouldn't go as far as like campaign debates, because that's a totally different, but academia debates, right? You kind of lose those sort of things where there's a civility to it, but then everyone's just like a bunch of monkeys in a zoo. They're just tearing each other's clothes off to beat each other on the head, sort of thing. So, but yeah, it's
yep.
And it goes for both men and women, because we see that stuff on the internet, and it just becomes a laughing disaster. Because what can you do? You keep arguing about these silly things. It's like, I get it. We both have issues, but you're not really solving something here. You're just clawing each other's eyes out, saying you're the bad person.
Yeah, and it's being engineered to a large degree too. It's like you look at government in conjunction with media, and it's intentional intentionally inflammatory, and it's sometimes it's stuff that's not that important. Like like I look at conservatives, and I kind of laugh a little bit, right? Not to say that there's not issues with the trans stuff, and particularly around gender affirming care, quote unquote, for kids and that sort of thing. But it's like you look at the numbers of kids we're talking about, right? Like, this is tiny. That this is, and I also understanding that it's an increasing number and it's increasing exponentially. So like I get the concern, right? But grand scheme of things, right? It's not the biggest issue out there, but it is so divisive, and it's one of those things that I think people that are engineering this type of divisiveness know that's going to get people at each other's throats, and it just keeps people like us divided and arguing with each other in that really shitty way. Meanwhile, like I said, that now you have a team, a political team, like we're for it, we're against it. Then all you're doing is you're giving these folks power, and they're manipulating you. And I don't like seeing that stuff. But I wish there was an answer because it just feels like the media particularly knows what gets people outraged. They know what sells clicks, and obviously they have a monetary, thing that they're getting from your eyeballs because they want to sell advertising space.
Right.
But also, like I said, there's a bigger picture here. I think we all know that government and media are colluding together, and it's most of the time they're colluding to distract you. They want they want to either misinform you or they want to get you fighting with your neighbor, so you're not paying attention to what they're doing. And so I'm very skeptical anytime I see any hot button issue where people get really fired up. I always sort of zoom out real quick and be like, well, what's actually going on here? Like, and then I started doing some digging. Like, is this really a big issue? Most of the time it's not. It's really not the biggest thing ever. Like, for example, I'm a big advocate against child abuse.
Right.
And I certainly consider spanking to be child abuse. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people are very pro spanking, right? But the literature is out there, and there's plenty of evidence to suggest that there are major health outcomes for people that have been spanked.
Right.
Yelled at, it's pretty clear. Like, there's been the ACEs study, Dr. Vincent Felitti and Kaiser Permanente did a really long-term, huge cohort study. But 82% of Americans are spanked as kids, right? And so you have we're talking hundreds of millions of people that have like legitimate, serious health implications to this, and nobody talks about it. It's not even an issue, but we're going to talk about the trans kid stuff until we're blue in the face, just because it is so inflammatory and divisive. And so that's just a good example of something that I would just caution people to, like, when you feel that emotionality kick up in an argument or in a news story or whatever, just pause for a second and just take a beat and be like, like, am I being manipulated? Am I being toyed with a little bit? Do I feel some sort of enmity towards my neighbor? If you do, chances are you're getting caught in some sort of psyop or something,
Right. Well, and it's not only mainstream; it's also independent too. There's independent that is that kind of, because it's independent is just a one-on-one or whatever small. Because I don't know if independent is like a company that's small that involves a certain amount of people, or if it's just a singular person. I don't know what on the aspect, but I do see that even independent gets caught in that crossfire. And for me, especially with the advent of technology, it feels like almost, while there are some good that is done, I've seen it, but there's also points where you have independent media becoming sort of the mainstream, and it's not all, but there is some who's sort of becoming like the mainstream media. And then you have to ask yourself, what's changed? Why are you becoming the same as this? You're just one person now with technology that sends you out to millions. So what's changed? Well, it's just down to one person now with millions of views. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, well, and that's the advent of the internet, really. It's bandwidth, right? So the reason why we used to have consolidated media companies, there was only ABC, NBC, CBS, and like PBS, is because bandwidth was so expensive. Getting a studio and being able to actually broadcast over the airwaves was incredibly expensive. And with the advent of the internet and technology and self-broadcasting platforms like YouTube and Rumble and whatever, it just became so the barrier to entry became so low that you could have competition. I think it's a great thing. It's been a very fun thing to watch, to see some of these major news outlets that have been like the gold standard, the New York Times, the Washington Post, like getting circles run around them by a small independent folks. Like it's a cool thing, I think.
Yeah, and it can be just for the ones that actually go out there and do that work. But there are those few that, or those some that do start becoming the mainstream. You're asking yourself, why fall into that trap again? And you're just like, human stuff. It's always human stuff. But yeah, it's interesting to see how things change once you start adding this, technological vehicle, right? And technology is a whole different sort of system. It could be technology of farming equipment. It could be technology of building houses stuff. It can be a whole different thing. But we're talking about technology like the internet, the PC computer stuff, that kind of technology, because that's what we're heading towards, especially with the AI stuff becoming more prominent and all that. And companies using AI, like Google making its AI and all that. Oh boy.
Oh, that's a whole other topic, man.
Yeah. Google's a whole topic in itself, and everyone pretty much uses their stuff because it's free, but it's not free.
Nope. This is something really important for you all to note. So it's coming from a person that's been in tech a long time. It's like anytime that you have a service out there that's free, you're the product.
Yeah.
Nothing's free. Your eyeballs are what are being sold, right, to advertisers. So there's no such thing as free.
Yeah. And the irony of it is Google has a lot of that free up there because billions of people, and YouTube too, right? YouTube is part of Google, so there's billions right there too. So it's like, wow, you can't really get far from it. Jeez. But yeah,
yep.
Like I use Proton. I use that for my mail stuff. There's a gentleman.
Proton Mail. Yep.
Yeah, Proton. There's a gentleman called Epstein, Dr. Epstein, right? And he talks about how Google basically helped change millions of votes for the election. It wasn't about this small thing or that small thing, whatever, but it was about how Google could change millions of votes by just doing these little things here or there. And it's funny how we still have it so big and still in power. It's like the biggest monopoly of power that has no governance whatsoever but itself. And it's ironic. It's ironic.
Well, you heard about the case, right, against Google this week?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
The X and Rumble, yes. And then, of course, there was the whole GARM thing, right? I think they had something against GARM. But I know Rumble has a case against Google, the antitrust. I think it is, or antitrust or anti-monopoly. I can't remember which one it was.
It was antitrust, and they lost, right? So Google has been declared a monopoly.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was a judge. A judge said they were, in the judge way of saying the words, but it basically was monopoly. Yes. Because I don't know what legalese words. I'm not a lawyer. Don't look at me for a lawyer. and I declare you all free. It's good. But yeah, it's the funny when he started talking about it, right? That and they have a website called America's Digital Shield, and it shows you TikTok, Facebook, all these shows where the bias is at, right? It'll show you the videos that are being showed to your kids on YouTube that they shouldn't be watching. And again, parents delegate technology to take care of their kids. And bandwidth, it's all about bandwidth, personal bandwidth. And it gets freaking crazy how far you go down that rabbit hole. It's insane. It's definitely insane. But yeah, Google in itself is a monster, and no amount of rules that you go to the government for will change that. I mean, heck, legislation can't even catch up to AI, and the technology is going. What is it? Moore's law is like a transistor doubles over. What is it? Transistor doubles every year, I think is what Moore's law is.
It's computing power. Yeah, computing power over time, and it's a logarithmic curve, and it's been going on forever. But that's not really the case right now. I mean, it is, right, but it's very difficult to talk about tech topics with the lay audience, so I have to be careful here. But like AI, for example, is not really AI. Like about generative AI, large language models. Like this is not AI in any real sense, right? Like it's a bunch of smoke and mirrors, and I've talked about this before on the podcast. Does it have the power to do some cool stuff? Absolutely. But I see us in a stage right now very similar to what I saw in the .com boom, right? Like there was a time where it was like everything was completely crazy. It was a mania. All these companies were coming out and all these internet websites, and it was like super overvalued. And a bunch of shit just burned down, and we found out the stuff that was the core nugget of value in the internet, and those companies succeeded, and everything else washed out. I think it's where we are with AI right now. I think a lot of people are seeing AI and think, oh, this is, going to completely transform society in 5 years, and it's just not. Like you're right. Like trying to keep up with it is going to be challenging, but ultimately we're not towards anything that resembles AGI yet. We're still in smoke and mirrors and bag of tricks where the AI fucking lies to you, and then you have a bunch of the output AI generated output that becomes an input, and you have these loop situations. Like we still have a lot of problems with this. This is not the panacea that everyone thinks it's going to be.
Yeah, I think what was it? Somebody talked about like one of the biggest ones is the power issue, right? Because it takes a lot of power for all that stuff. The different companies to do, like obviously Google and all that comes with it and all this stuff, and the whole umbrella of the AI. It takes a huge chunk of power for it, and they're not even. They want to. What was it? The story was they wanted to make a mandate in California to do like for electric vehicles, and they don't have the system to hold for it. You might as well put your people back to the Stone Age at that point. Jeez.
Yeah, it's like that funny meme you kept seeing on social media where it would be like the Tesla that has like the generator strapped to the back, like it's like,
yeah. There was a truck one too. I think someone did like a truck one where it was like a truck and there's like generator in the back of their truck, and they were just kind of. I was like, well, there you go, and yeah, it's a very funny thing. You see how much the abuse goes for, and people, and again, people accept it because all that good stuff they tend to get, and you see the result of it, right? Like you said, you once lived in Seattle, and you saw that, Portland as well. You see that, California, not the whole of it, but at least that bottom part is where you're seeing majority of that stuff. Because I think someone told me that the Northern California is just blatant force across it, and so down where all the celebrities and all that stuff is.
Well, I mean, it's not that big a deal. Like, how does it impact anybody that doesn't live there? Like, fuck it, leave. Like, if you're there and you don't like it, leave. And if you don't live there, why do you give a shit? That's like, you don't live there.
Well, I think one of the worries that I saw was that they didn't want it transferring to where they live, right? You don't want people from. Yeah, because that voting aspect, right? They just vote for the same thing. You don't want that virus to spread from the wound, basically.
And I feel that. So I've actually seen that already. So I've been in Nashville 2 years, and I've already seen tons of change, right? When I first moved, there was almost no homelessness. Now we're seeing the homeless camps pop up, and all the same shit that I saw happen in Seattle is starting to kick off in Nashville. And I know that Austin's going through this particularly because that was the big hot place. Everyone moved out of LA, moved to Austin. Now Austin's turned into a shithole. So I get that part of it. Yeah, I do definitely understand that.
Yeah.
But if you're living in Iowa, like I don't think LA impacts you that much.
Yeah. They'll be lost in the cornfield for sure. They'll just be like, the homeless just disappeared to the cornfield. They're never seen again.
Yeah, just hide some meth and some fentanyl out in the cornfields. You never have a problem again.
Why does that corn look so white? I think that's that cocaine corn over there. I don't know what that is. Don't touch it though. Don't touch it.
There you go, Monsanto. GMO cocaine corn. It's my idea. You heard it here first.
Patent it, get it out there.
Patent it.
Might as well if you're gonna get money out of it, you might as well have them pay you for it.
That's right. Corn cane. Corn cane is a trademark. It can't be used.
Oh no, yeah,
corn cane.
Corn cane. Well, yeah, because I was saying cocaine corn, but that's a lot of C's. Why is it 3 C's? What's that?
Exactly, mean? Corn cane.
Corn cane.
I should be in marketing.
There you go. See, you're coming up with ideas already. Darn it, I'm giving away too many good ideas. But yeah, so it's so it's something to do. I do every hour that I have somebody on. At the top of the hour, I put some time aside for us to promote ourselves, promote our areas. And so I do have some of your links down below in the description, although I don't know if you had any more or not. You can decide that for yourself. But if you want, the floor is yours to promote yourself, and then I'll do mine after yours.
Yeah, keep it real brief. Like I said, my name is Brent. Twitter handle is @BGetsBetter. It shows on the screen right there. And I host Aiming Up Podcasts, and it's @AimingUpPodcast pretty much everywhere on all the socials.
And how often do you have like a regular schedule for your podcast, or?
I don't. It's as I'm able. Like I said, I got 6 in the tank right now, and I got a couple more pending. So like I got to get my ass editing. But it's hit or miss right now. But I do a good job editing these things. I'm not just one of these people that goes on Riverside, records it, and then puts it as is. I actually have a intro music and a logo, and I fucking cut between the speakers and all that stuff. And so I do some production quality. I'm trying to make it look fairly. Like I said earlier, like I'm trying to do the best job I can and not focus on the output metrics right now. So. I'll try to get a little bit faster with it, but it's kind of like an accordion. Like I'll crank out a bunch of episodes and there'll be a pause. And it's just as I've got time with the job. The job is it is a time sucker.
Yeah, and you as long as you're enjoying that process and having fun with it, because I think that's a part of your deal too. Because if you don't, like you said, if you don't have, you just might as well just go and all that stuff. But yeah, it's an interesting time, and of course, it's a little more than I'm doing. Of course, I'm just a layman out here just doing it for the hell of it. But yes, for my, let me pull it up. So guys, if you wouldn't first like, share, follow, and leave a comment. Any of it or all of it, the engagement factor helps in being seen more, and also having more people on, like Brent, like Tomby, and so many others I've had on. Again, I'm almost to 100 different people having on, and I think the rest of the month will get me there. But it's nice that I can have these things, like what Brent does, right? Nice to have these things where you can be with people, whether face to face or across the screen, and you get to have this time of just perspective, looking at the perspective, seeing their perspective, seeing what they're about from that point, and just having a real conversation that seems to get missed. And of course, if you'd like to be a part of that, right? If you'd like to be a part of it, I have a link tree down below, and in that link tree I have Twitter, X, Discord, email, whichever one you want to choose. Go to one of those and hit me up, and we can get started. Or if you don't want to do that, just leave a comment in either YouTube or Rumble, because I do stream to both, and we can go from there. Because again, engagement factor leads into the bring on people factor, and it's a ton of fun. I've had people on who don't show their face. I've had people on who do VTubing. I've had people on who are anxiety or whatever. There's one person I had on that told me, after the show, of course, that they drank a little before coming on because they were nervous. I'm like, don't worry about it. I have to carry the show. It's on me to carry the show. You can just sit there and relax. I got to do all the work. But it's a fun time nonetheless, because I do think it's something that we need, that we miss. And yes, it's great to talk about the politics stuff or the entertainment stuff, but it gets kind of drawing because you're waiting on something new for them to speak on. And if you have to wait for someone new to speak on, like, I guess I could say I do that, because if there's something within the conversation that comes up, it's like a gold nugget, right? You dig and you hit it and you pick it up and go for that. Sort of like that. But when you're waiting on the entertainment industry to give you something new, or we're waiting on the politics to give you something new, or government or whatever, you're on your hands and knees waiting for them to give you something. I don't have to wait. I can go wherever. I can talk about whatever silly thing, and it seems to be working. So there you go. At least it's trying to anyway. I'm not at like hundreds of millions of people, but the journey starts at like 1,000 steps. I think is how it goes. That's how my education is showing again.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, it's hilarious when you, as I stated a while back, of how you just stop and take a breath and pull yourself back, because it is the emotional aspect of all this stuff can get you suckered in, and again, people want to take control of that. They do, and they manipulate or whatever, and it can be very disheartening when you're on, it's for me, it's like why I say, for me personally, just from my perspective, why I say all political identities are BS, because why it's just another tag for the tribe. Same with sports teams, same with all this stuff. We've created all these tags for tribes, and we're not realizing that we put ourselves in these corners, and we don't I don't want to say evolve, but we don't grow to better standards. We maybe some of us do, right? The few do, but not as a whole. It's just this conglomerate of just mess. Humanity. That should be the tagline.
Welcome to being a human.
You want to go to Mars? It's going to take you 100 years. I mean, I know Elon's trying, but man, it's still going to, there's still so many other variables you have to take care of. The science of it is just, yeah, we've only gone to the moon, but we're going to go farther than that. And we still haven't figured out all the aspects beyond going that point. And it's, oof, I can't imagine. I mean, I could, but sometimes your imagination can scare you. So,
yeah, we're pretty early in that whole endeavor. I wouldn't hold our breaths.
Yeah. Well, if you did, you're gonna pass up before you get there anyway. Don't actually hold your breath. Yeah. So, but you have been like seeing the Elon and the rockets and all that stuff. He's trying to improve. Because SpaceX is his thing. Of course, he has SpaceX, Twitter, or X, what do you want to call it, and then Tesla as well, and that sort of his thing too. And he has all these conglomerate companies. I'm just surprised he can even keep up on one, because I don't know if he cares too much about the other places more than so his wanting to go to Mars, because that seems to be his mantra, is wanting to go to Mars. At least it's what I keep hearing. I don't know about from your end.
Yeah, that's exactly how I'm grokking it too. And he's, I think he said explicitly that he's using, these other companies to help him. Not X so much. I think that was, I think he was smoking crack one night and just decided, fuck it, I'm buying X. But that was wild. But like Tesla, I think, was really the vehicle for him to like get to SpaceX, to fund SpaceX. And I think he's always had his eye on Mars. He wanted to do that big thing that made him, the savior of humanity by making us a multiplanetary species, right? So I think that's where his brain is at, and I think Jeff Bezos is kind of right there with him, trying to do the same thing.
Oh, that's right, because I do remember something about he was trying to launch rockets too, I believe, right? Jeff Bezos.
He has, yeah. So he's got a company, Blue Origin. Like, he's not with Amazon anymore day to day, right? Like, he's still chairman of the board, but yeah. So he's working on Blue Origin, and currently they're looking at different things. I think Jeff is doing his intention is to do heavy manufacturing on the moon. Right, so I think that the Blue Origin is mostly going to be back and forth between the moon and taking the polluting sort of heavy manufacturing industry and push it off Earth and do it on the moon. And Elon's kind of focused on humanity, becoming a multiplanetary species. And maybe Jeff's thing will expand. I don't really know. These guys are like fucking aliens to me, man. They're just a different breed of human.
Yeah, it's because I mean, we haven't even put a base on the moon, and we're trying to go to Mars, and it's like we have to get to our satellite first before we can even go beyond that. And we haven't even made something that can last out in space without having to use, because it'll have to be back and forth, obviously, supplies and whatnot. But we haven't even gotten that far yet. And we're talking about going to Mars. Like, let's get to the next step first, and that's what these multi-billionaires do, is they got to do something with their money, I guess. And they want to be the first to have their name on something, legacy and whatnot. And I think, wasn't Richard Branson trying to do something a long time ago? Because I remember there was talk about him trying to
Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic was one of the first kind of space. That's kind of like a low Earth orbit space tourism company. It wasn't necessarily industrial, at least as far as I know.
Yeah, because there was, I believe there was another, the French plane, the Concorde, I think, was one that actually went close up to space or something to that fact. And it kind of, because there was something about but I know it was French made, the Concorde, I think it was called.
Yeah, the Concorde was just a very, very fast jet, right? I think that was like, it broke the sound barrier, and it was like, supposed to be like London to New York in a few hours. Like, that was this big claim. It wasn't in space, though. I think it was just a very high altitude jet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, and I understand a lot of people are, a Big Block says he's thankful for Musk bought Twitter. Yeah, I don't understand that too. I just think that it still has its issues, and unfortunately, they're not getting the fix, right? There have been a lot of people I've heard get suspended for no apparent reason. They get platform manipulation attached to them. And now this new thing is going on, is that someone is using Grok to find like the tags or the things that are on them that are tagged with like the whatever they are, these hidden things, and just like so it's looking like it's not really fixed. And the bot issue, of course, Twitter X has a huge bot issue.
Yep.
All those OF
Yeah, and just surprise, like we said, oh, there's still problems. Like, dude, I'm in tech. Like yeah, and I don't know how much of that is legitimately unsolvable from a technical standpoint, and how much of that is where he's just desiring to have everybody upload their ID, right? Have identification proofing is what we call it in the cybersecurity industry, ID proofing. So I can tie an account to an individual person in the back end. I don't know if they're trying to push that and just saying, oh, sorry, we have this bot problem, or if it's really a real problem with bots that they just can't solve technically. I don't know. It's hard to say without being on the inside.
Well, that's where that monetization part comes in, because you do have to give your license in order to be part of that. So I'm wondering if that is the case, because then that makes sense when you think about it, right? Because if people want to be monetized, they have to give their ID to be part of it. And with all the bait engagement and so that makes sense. That there makes sense. Is one thing leads to another, and it leads down the street, and people are only looking at like one of the steps, not looking at the whole. But once you say that, right, because obviously you're in the system, the tech world, once you see that, it's like, okay, so I'm the idiot.
No, it's just really complicated. Like the thing about it is that it's so, the scale we're talking about is so massive, and looking what Elon did coming in, and kudos to him, he had brass balls, like I'm gonna slash the workforce to the fucking bone, kick out all these bullshit engineers that are like super lefty types, right? And just be like, we're going to do this with 10% of the workforce. Like, that took brass balls, and it's going to cause problems. Like, you just can't be in this industry and be like, we're going to do sweeping changes like this without technical problems. Like, we all saw the glitches that happened shortly after. And then you come with all the business problems and all the governmental and regulatory problems and privacy issues. Like, I don't think the average person would understand how much that impacts, like, even me. Like, I'm dealing with all sorts of shit where, France put this regulation where if you call customer service, you have to have a video sign language interpreter for you, right? Like you would, these regulations are endless, and all these different geos in a multinational corporation. It becomes like a really difficult problem to solve. And so, it's hard to say what is being driven by that, what's being driven by financial pressures, what's being driven by, hidden motivations that aren't being exactly, told to you the way they're making it to the media. It's a huge thing, a cloak and dagger, and you just don't really know unless you're actually privy to those conversations.
Yeah, and luckily for us, we have someone like you who at least knows that arena, because most of the time people don't, or they have someone who tries to explain, but they're really just giving you word salad to distract you, right? Was that the magician's trick right there? Just to distract you, that sort of thing. And I do think that's the case, and a lot of people don't understand.
Misdirection.
Yeah, misdirection. That's why I have to hear. Just to think of the things I can't remember. But yeah, it's, when you start noticing it, it's just crazy, and you're like, so what do I do now? And of course, I believe X is moving from San Francisco to Texas now, because he also has his other stuff there too. So,
the headquarters.
All these businesses moving themselves out of California because of all that stuff, and I just think it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Whether Twitter X gets better in the sense that people, whatever, or it just stays the same, but all these different additional things come on, and it's just, smoke and mirrors, as Phoenix Electra said, just more smoke and mirrors. So what platforms do you use for your podcast? Is it just Rumble, or do you do more than that?
I'm actually not even published to Rumble yet, and so I'm working on. So I've got a Spotify account, and I've decided. Yeah, so I've decided to publish some early episodes. I think 1 through 18. I haven't finished video editing on. I just did the side by side and uploaded to X. Not even up on YouTube yet, and I've been burning through, trying to go through my backlog and do the full edits in YouTube, and I'm continuing to do that. But I've decided to start with episode 1, publish with Spotify, which is audio only, and whenever I catch up, I'll start doing publishing everywhere, including Rumble. So I haven't had the bandwidth to do it yet, but that's the idea. But mainly it's YouTube, and that's probably the best place to find stuff. I post clips on Instagram as well, but primarily YouTube for now. But I'm not a huge fan of YouTube, but I know I'm going to get myself in trouble and probably kicked off one of these days. So trying to not have that happen, but I'm assuming at some point I'll say something stupid, and I will.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's with everyone, though. I mean, YouTube is I would say YouTube is the most valuable trash heap, because a lot of content creators can't go without it, because once they start making money, and guess what? It keeps you there. Same with Twitter X, right? It's the most valuable trash heap, but you can't, it makes it hard to leave because I'm making money. If I follow the rules, but YouTube can say no and just toss you out, because that's how easy for them to do it. Right?
Yeah, and I think that's why you have to diversify. If you're going to do this long term, I think you have to be on multiple platforms. Just no two ways around it. I've just got to get an apparatus to do the editing, because I don't see with as much content as I want to do, I don't see any reality that I have enough bandwidth to do it all.
Yeah, again, that's where the extra tidbits of whatever technology to help, because as you said, there's bandwidth is to an extent, and unfortunately, if you do it all by yourself, I know there are people who make it big and they hire a lot of people to do it, and you're delegating all these tasks, which can be understandable, especially for a business, right? Which you are in your right creating. But from my perspective, right, I don't have a business. I'm not creating a business out of it. It's more for the joy of the conversation and the people, and anything else is a bonus. And there's just that variance of different opinion of how to go about things, right? Like, I'm no professional. I'm no professional. I'm here. I am less professional than you are, and yet here we are talking. That's one of the many great things of this.
Man.
Yeah. And Abe says, but it's our trash heap. Well, I know it's your trash heap, but you have to understand that the trash heap you're in is created to. He's on YouTube. The trash heap you're created is created to keep you there, to create content for them, because YouTube needs money too, right? It's a drain on Google, but it's also meant to keep you there because it's a data mining factory. That's what YouTube is.
Yep, you got it. Where do you think all these LLM models got trained on? It's all your fucking data. It's from Gmail. It's from YouTube. It's from G Suite. It's from everywhere. They got it all.
Yep, and it's because what is it? The thing of it is it's Alphabet, right? Alphabet's the owner, but it's actually Google. There's no way around it. It's just a smoke and mirror thing. It's just a facade. But yeah, it's like you were saying with multi-platforming. I've said the thing to do, and I see a lot of people who, and it's even if it's not to Rumble, it's just that people have to understand that only to one place, doesn't matter what the place is a detriment to yourself. Because if you're only on one platform, they have more power over you. They can do whatever, right? If you're multi-platform, you have
more.
You
got you by the balls.
Yeah, literally.
literally.
But if you are more places, depending on how much you can handle, right? Because bandwidth, the places you can handle, right? You have more negotiating factor, because, oh, look, YouTube wanted me to take me down for this. Hey guys, guess what? It's still uncensored over here. So come over here, and you take people away from that. That's what they don't want. They don't want loss of power. But I mean, it's billions of people. So that's a whole other different story. But that's what a platform doesn't want. They don't want to lose people because they did a certain thing. But YouTube's going to do it anyway, because why? They're still king. They're still king of platforms. They still have all the goodies you want. They still have all the tech upgrades you want. And they know they have you. They have you. They can grip you so hard, and you will sing so high for them. Google, how high?
You got it.
Very high.
Like dog whistle high.
Oh yeah. And if you can go that high, you're in real trouble. I don't want to get to that point. I really don't. Oh man, I don't think anyone can go that high though. I really don't. I really don't want to think about how it would take to get someone to go that high.
Man, that's why I like to support people that if let's say for example like Chris Williamson, right? It's like he's hawking all these products, Element, and he's got his Neutronic drink or whatever the fuck that is. Like buy some, man. Like because the more you can support people outside of that ad revenue stream, the better off you're going to be. So that's just my free advice for people. If you like somebody, they're working hard, creating great content for you. It's like, man, patronize some of their sponsors because that really helps.
Yeah, and the ability to do it direct to us instead of going through a third party like. Some people use Shopify. Some people use Patreon. You are just giving them a cut that they want from your whole. And of course, you're still going to have to give the government your cut because we're not there at that point. But to get past the middle guy, right, the middleman of it all is a difficulty in itself because it's any new technology that comes along that would erase that middleman is not adopted quickly because intuitiveness, ease of use, all that stuff. And YouTube has a market on that.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah, and because I use Rumble, right, and I hear a lot of creators who've been on YouTube for a long time. They come over and say it's all difficult, it's all hard and stuff. And yeah, Rumble still has some growing room. But at the end of the day, though, are you going to own your own balls? Or are you going to be owned by your balls? That's going to be the difference. And I think a lot of people are still owned. But that's just me. That's just my perspective.
for sure. And shout out Rumble, man. Like those guys have got brass balls. They're just like, fuck you, we're not doing the censorship thing. And I hope they stick to it. I hope they don't do like the Elon thing where all of a sudden Twitter's a free speech platform. It's like
well,
kinda...
people tend to forget he says freedom of speech but not of reach. And then his CEO, who's the WEF sort of thing, came in and said lawful but not awful. And so you had these two things. He's like, wait a second, what is this?
Well, which I'm actually fine with, right? Because like I sort of look at the platforms like, well, it's his platform. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, right?
Right.
But the thing that bothers me is the banning, right? Like if you because we're seeing this start to really kick up. It's like people are getting kicked off the platform, and Elon promised like, well, it's only for violations of law, and it's like, motherfucker, these people aren't getting banned for violations of law. You don't like what they posted, and so I'm not going to shit on them too much. I know it's complicated. I know it's a difficult dance. I think none of us understand the complexity behind the scenes and the pressure that he's under with advertisers and stuff. Like everyone thinks he has infinity dollars because he's one of the richest people in the world. He doesn't. And running a tech company is insanely expensive. Right. And so I'm sympathetic to it, but still disappointed. And I just wanted to say, like I said, shout out Rumble, because so far those guys have been, that's the platform people go to when they get in trouble on other platforms, or that's a platform they will post alternate content that they wouldn't post on YouTube or whatever.
And now, what do you think about companies who, like, if say a video platform were doing the decentralization sort of factor? Because I know that's going to be the big upcoming next thing with all advancements and whatnot. And I know that's probably a difficult task in its own right, but what are your thoughts on that for video platforming?
It's tough, right? Because I'm a big believer in the technology, like blockchain technology, Web3 technology, to be able to have a permanent record that can't be censored. Like that's a cool idea, right? Yeah. But people, I think, don't understand the complexity of if you're going to do something like that, what you're opening yourself up to, right? It is the illegal content. It's going to be the child porn. It's going to be like all of these things can make it onto that same blockchain. So having that ability to sort of have governance over your platform while also having it be like a completely free speech type platform, that is a real challenge. So technically, I think you can certainly do it, but feasibly, it's very difficult to, particularly if you want to monetize it, right? Because think of the PR related to some of the content that would make it onto that platform. It'd be very difficult, and it would also be opening yourself up to law enforcement, government, regulatory, like all of these things, right? So it'd be a very difficult thing to pull off, but I do like the idea of having something there that is, that can't be, content. Censored. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, it's essentially what it is. Our government will come in and say like, no, you're being censored. You can't, post this type of stuff. We saw what happened during the pandemic around that, and they will do it, and it'll get worse over time. And so having that durable type of, platform where you can publish regardless of what the government thinks is a cool idea. Very, very tricky to pull off in the real world.
Yeah. Well, and that was a thought I had too, is that I get that decentralizing a platform, but the issue of it is that you still have the gatekeepers, right? You still have the ISPs. ISPs are owned by companies that you can say no matter what about laws that the government makes, whatever, they'll bypass it. We've seen that before. But the ISPs are the gatekeepers to get to the internet, and without them, you can't have any. I mean, great for Elon, he's made Starlink, whatever, but it's still his. Right? He's still the gatekeeper for Starlink. It's not free and open. It's still his. So you have this issue of there are no decentralized ISPs, which I think I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about or see upon of having a decentralized. I'm not tech at all. I wouldn't even know how it would work. But yeah, it's just something that it's not a forethought because with. Oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me.
Lost you for a second. I missed that entire last piece.
It's the no. I was drinking water, but I was just talking about there doesn't seem to be talk about decentralizing ISPs when that's pretty much the first stop they'll go to for government. Because without connection to the internet, decentralized platforms not going to matter.
No, Starlink is there, and I think Amazon is looking to compete with Starlink too, with Project Kuiper. So low Earth orbit satellite, but of course they're an ISP too, and they're multinational corporations subject to governance too. So that doesn't really solve the problem.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, it's difficult. The last mile ISP portion is. It's not an easy fix. It's not like it's easy to set up an ISP today, right?
Yeah.
Huge investment.
Yeah, it's and because yes, there are many different companies, AT&T, Comcast, all these different companies. It seems like companies pop up like Spectrum, whatever. But at the end of the day, though, you can have all the talk you want about big blockchain and all this stuff for a platform, but when you can't connect to the platform itself, what then? Right? Government comes in and says, "Oh, you're done," and then no more internet. You could say cellular. Cellular is part of that too. But then they can come and say, "Oh, we're shutting you down there too," and it's just like, what then? It's one thing after. It's a domino effect. One thing after another, and it's like a dark Tuesday. It's just gone. And I think that's
it takes me back to my argument for the free market.
Yeah. It's just it's just government stuff and whatnot. That's where that thing drops a fly. But yeah, that's just something I've at least spoke on for myself. At least I've mentioned it once. I think I've mentioned it once in the conversation, but I've never seen anyone else jump on that factor. And we are, so much technology is being built and all this other stuff, and we're just we're just trying to make the what is it, encapsulated VR thing to just live in instead of just living, right?
The Matrix. We're moving towards the Matrix.
Yeah, basically. I mean, the one movie I saw a long time ago was the Ready Player One, right, where you could have standing, walking, and all that stuff on just one space. And they're already trying to build that kind of treadmill, right? They're already trying to build those kind of things to incorporate that. And I do think we create the things we want to create later on, like this first cell phone, right? The first cell phone was inspired by Star Trek. The guy was inspired by the and all that stuff. And so science fiction can inspire that. And we are seeing that with like the Ready Player One treadmill stuff. And it's a funny thing how that works. We get inspired by the things, and then we also get entrapped by them. So
yeah, welcome to being a human.
There's your tagline right there. You could take that. I won't copyright or nothing. Just take that with you. Like, welcome to being a human. There you go.
I'm taking that and corn cane. Trademarking them both.
Where's this white corn coming from? Holy crap. Timmy ain't come out that forest. I can't find him. I go in and I get lost. It's sort of like it's sort of like if someone does like a field of marijuana, and all of a sudden there's a fire. It's like you can't even get into the field. I went in, I lost my shoes, and I was in Texas. How the hell?
Oh God!
Oh, God.
We've officially fallen off the rails.
That's the fun of it, though. That's the fun of it. But yes, it is. It is getting a little late for me. So, but I do want to thank you for coming on. I do appreciate it, and I hope the door is always open for another time, of course, because I do that with everyone I bring on. Some accept it, some don't. It's part of life, but I do appreciate it, Brett, and I do hope your success goes really well. I mean, the way you talk is like I'm being professional about it. I want to make this thing great and grow. I want to plant that tree, and I want to see it go above a sequoia.
Well, hey, thanks for that, and certainly I'm happy to come back anytime, man. This has been an enjoyable discussion. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. And of course, everyone, his links are in the description below. If he's worth your follow after checking him out, give it so, because people like this are not always around. I would say it's probably like a dime a dozen. You may have people that go around, like go after certain people, but for this type of proportion, it's a dime a dozen. So give him a look, see, and see if he's worth that follow. Is that bad? Yeah, it's real. He's at his parents' home, and that's a real forest behind him. All right. It's not AI.
How about forest? I'm gonna subdivision, man. It's just some trees.
Trees. Okay, I only
grill right there.
Yeah, there's a house. There's a house over there. There's a tree over there. All right, I made a mistake, but there's still kind of trees and stuff over there. So, but anyway, luckily I don't have anything this weekend. I can take a break, so that's great. But anyway, guys, I thank you so much for being here. I thank you, Brent, for being here. And as always, I play out with One Day with. Oh, hold on, I gotta get there first. Hold on. I play it with One Day with You by Pogo. Have a great night and a great rest of your weekend. And I'll post my schedule for next week on Sunday on Twitter X. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.